All right. We got session 30 going on right now, right meow. And what happened last time is the group in the Centaur camp decided to approach the Dragon Barrow at night. Oh, hold on, my thing just cut off. What? Oh shit, Discord stopped working for a second.
I couldn't get in.
Can you guys still...
Fine.
Yo, I can hear
Yeah, I can
you.
hear you.
Discord is just a gray screen. Is it as gray for anybody else right now?
Let's see.
Oh, there we
No.
go. Weird, That's super weird.
When I was trying to get into the voice room, I just kept, the little blue spinning balls. I just kept
Sure.
hitting those. I had to keep trying until I finally got in.
That was weird. Alright, that's never happened before. Anyway,
Yeah.
you guys were in the Centaur camp. We had another day for Bugdob's plate to be done. You were having some planning and deliberating about what you're going to do at night and at the Dragon Barrow. You approached it. You saw 5 wisps that were floating above. You tried this whole sneak attack thing on the tail wisp, as we're calling it. And you got it, unbeknownst to you, to 1 hit point. And at that point in time, combat had started, and they all had their turn early enough in the combat round to sink below the ground level, so you couldn't see them anymore or attack them or anything like that. Y'all decided to wait until day to come back, and you brought Bugdob this time. Theoretically, I suppose, mostly just for the digging, which he endured. He dug a hollow space kind of near the head, and he dug into the bear. Yeah, he's pulling a lot of weight here. It's a lot of manual labor, but anyway, he digs into the hollow space where the dragon head would be. You guys find a wisp that runs away immediately. You find a pile of bones. As you approach the bones, they turn into a skeletal horse that bonds to the first person it approached, which is Rio. So Rio has currently a skeletal horse familiar, friend, companion, whatever, who is waiting outside currently with Bugdob so as not to be killed immediately. Neil and his torch, you guys found some rotting boards on the ground that were covered by a thin layer of dirt, but with a really good perception check. And you surmise that it's probably a trap that you could fall into, so y'all chose not to go that direction. You instead decided to go along a 2-foot wide hallway, kind of to the east of that pathway, and Sarissa used her, whatever that undead sensing thing is, to figure out that there were, divine sense, to figure out there were, in fact, undead in basically all directions.
In all directions.
Yeah. After you turned a few corners within this hallway, you found another wisp that ran away as well once it saw you. And that's where we are. Y'all can see the map, I hope.
It ran away from us?
Yeah.
Why did it run away from us?
I-
And that was back around the corner. That was in a different look. I'm trying to figure out where that was. Or was that in the room? That was in the room with the sarcophaguses. Check out the sarcophagus.
Sarcophagi. Sarcophages.
Yeah, I think we decided we were gonna go. I thought we were just gonna go after the wisps, and then we can deal with the sarcophagi
Later? At the end.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Because once we queue up Dawn and all our spells and everything, they're all. So I don't think the sarcophagi are gonna get up and walk away.
I thought that I had a timer for Adon going right now. But
Was that on the last map?
no, I have an Excel sheet that I've created for initiative and a bunch of other notes and timers and such, but
It seems like maybe didn't we burn out the time or something?
you saw
Something like that.
You summoned him inside here, right? I don't...
Inside here, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we? I can't.
Which wouldn't have been too long
It was
ago.
inside. It was just, yeah, it was just like a turn ago or something.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say a turn because you've traveled
Yeah.
through... Yeah, so, like... Let's just call it a minute.
Did we go to the right? No, we didn't go to the right.
What do you mean by the right?
The right, look to the right at Neil, that hallway. What do I see? What is Neil's?
Oh, shit, that's dark for you, isn't it? Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Shadows. Let's see... You would be able to see that direction, and... let me get my... Okay, cutting is active. Here we go. You can see that now, right?
Yeah.
It just ends. And you can see it turns to the south here, so you can probably surmise that it loops back into that sarcophagus room. Yeah. Yeah, let's say that you have 9 more minutes on Adon. If you want to be put into initiative to keep track of that better, I'm happy to. But otherwise, I'll try to be nice about it. Sarissa, you can see to the west, to the left, whatever, branching south and north. You could probably make out a little bit more than that. So let me try to... The brushing tool is weird, so I'm not going to use that. You can probably see like that much and that much. I'm trying to figure out where the will-o-wisps would be. I think that I kind of had to just DM Fiat decide where they were down here. But yeah, the second will-o-wisp you saw, I think the first one ran to the north, like across this trap. And then the second one you saw either in the sarcophagus room or in this hallway, I think, and it ran the direction you guys are moving. So what you doing?
They're scared of us. They're scared of us, guys. They know. They know how powerful that we are.
Oh, I would hope so, but I highly doubt it. It seems they would like to avoid us, but I suspect they will fight soon enough. Dawn,
Yeah.
could we potentially have you turn the undead? So we don't know much about will-o-wisps. We know if you turn them, they'll try to run away, but I suspect they can only run away so far from their bones. So potentially,
Yes,
maybe
my fair lady. Uh-oh, my internet.
Yeah.
Ah, I only caught like bits and parts of what you're saying.
So
My connection.
basically, with the will-o-wisp, we don't know. We know they'll run away from you. I suspect they can't run that far from their bones. So if you could potentially turn them, and potentially we could deal with them one at a time, that would be lovely. Or if you could only turn a certain amount of them, we can dispatch the ones that are left and then go after the ones that have been turned, that have been avoiding us.
Adon drops to one knee and he says, "My lady, I would do anything to protect the beauty that is Sarissa, and the wonder of her beauty can only be compared to the wonders of the world, the sculptures of Cormyr, and the beautiful the beautiful gods in the heavens." And then he stands up and he goes to the front of the line. He takes out his mace and he starts protecting you.
Well, Sarissa will slap him on his pauldron and say, "Well, thank you very much, kind sir. It is appreciated." And Sarissa's also feeling pretty good, because, as a tiefling with blue hair, and, nobody compliments her that much, so she's like, she'll break out her little pocket here, and, like, dink around with her makeup a little bit. She looks good for the battle.
You would surmise at this point you have about 8 minutes left on Adon.
Yeah. All right, so let's do this. Let's. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I guess let's. Where do you want to? Where should we go? North or south? I guess we'll go. Adon will peek around this corner.
All right. Boop 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 boop.
Neil will bring up the rear.
Ahead of it what race is Adon?
He's human.
So no night vision or dark vision to speak of.
That's correct. Yes.
So he ain't seeing shit. So what I revealed, he. Sorry, what?
Bristol will be behind him, and I'll be telling him. I'll be describing it like, okay,
Okay.
ahead of us, because she'll stay right on top of him.
Right.
And basically, and she's gonna tell Adon if something comes at us, once you've taken a shot, you and I need to duck so we can leave room for Neil or Rio to do what it is that they do.
Sure.
Rio may very well crawl up on my shoulders while I'm down, just so you know.
Deal.
Yes. Understood. Yes. And Asuni, please grant me light. And Adon casts the light cantrip and casts light on his mace.
That's
Now-
2020?
Now his mace is just glowing, like with just shooting light everywhere, like a flood lamp. Yeah, 2020.
Cool. Ahead of y'all, you see a hallway that leads to the spiral staircase in the middle that was revealed this whole time because that's just how I did it on accident. Because I thought you'd be using the stairs.
No, this must be the secret door, or actually Neil would be like, yeah, this was the secret door that my wand found. I think.
It does lead up, so yeah, you could maybe surmise that. What else?
Can Adon peek around the top corner just to see what's up there?
Another hallway.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's go up this one to the north here.
All right. Where you go? You just keep seeing. Sorry. As you're turning this corner to where you start to go north, you do see a wisp. Right where my little cursor thingy is. Just make sure. Yes. Okay. And it, as the others have done, runs away to the north.
What's to the tunnel down the left if I poke my head around there?
All right. So from your vantage point, you see about. You probably see about to the end here. Wait, are you Neil or Adon when you're asking this?
I'm Adon.
Okay. Actually, probably this direction you'd probably see two. Just more pathways.
Around this whole circuit.
All right. As Adon, I'm assuming he's going to get to about here as he's doing the circuit. Sees another wisp in this spot right here, kind of hiding in this little area. And this one runs to the south, west, along this pathway.
They are scared of us. They are scared of the light.
Yeah, they've got a hangover.
And
at this point, I think Adon would just start chasing it.
okay.
Chase it.
please have your tokens kind of where you think your characters would be doing all this stuff.
So,
Stick with me.
I think Sarissa was supposed to be kind of on Adon's back, basically.
yeah, I'll stay right behind Adon, and I'll make sure Rio's right. And anytime, like I said, if Adon takes an action or Sarissa takes an action, they'll both then kind of crouch down to get out of the way. If it's a situation like where, like, yeah, Rio needs to fire off a shot versus if we're getting attacked, we'll probably just stand there and shield the other guys. So.
Okay.
But I have to protect you. I don't want you to come to harm.
Oh, I have a very lovely shield. I would so very much like to work with you, Adon.
Okay.
I don't.
Complete faith in your abilities.
I don't see a way that all four, like, none of you have said you're going to continue looking for traps, but I don't see a way that with passive perceptions and all this stuff, like, I don't see a way you can not succeed in a DC 10 perception check. Like, it's not that special. So, as Adon is, and Sarissa and et al. Are turning this corner, they see once again another kind of moldy or rotten or whatever floorboards in this square, covered with like a loose thin layer of dirt, which I will draw another thingy-mabobber. Once again, 5 feet across.
Adon sees this and says, "Stay back. There's a trap."
Beyond that, you would... Sorry, yeah.
I was gonna say Sarissa passed that on to Neil and Rio and says, "Watch out, there's a trap on the floor."
The dude, let me... the wisp that ran this direction is sitting right there.
Oh.
Okay.
So, the question is, Adon, should we go after the wisp, or should we wait till we get more so you can turn them? I suppose we could try to deal with it here now.
Oh, yes, I only can call upon Suni so many times a day, but,
So we don't want to waste it on just one wisp when we might get
sure.
attacked by all of them should he call his friend. So I think we should potentially attempt to deal with him unless we get, what's the phrase? Oh, dogpile.
So I don't know how to cross this trap. Do we have anyone that works with traps?
I wonder if we couldn't have Rio fire off an arrow at it to see if maybe will just leave.
And thieves' tools may help as well.
Yeah.
But the arrow's the best idea to start with.
Yeah.
Or to set off the trap. How about we set off the trap? Or to,
Yes, we can
clear it.
have so if you and I duck down, Rio can crawl up on my shoulders, and perhaps he can shoot an arrow or throw a rock and see what happens.
Yeah, let's start with a rock.
Okay. So Sarissa will be scrunched down behind Adon. Bart can crawl up on my shoulders. He's an elf, he's lightweight, he can walk on snow. What do your elven eyes see, Legolas?
I don't think that's a thing in D&D.
The Hobbit, the eyes of the Hobbit.
What are we doing?
Tossing a rock underhand to spring the trap.
Okay, the word trap may have been... I mean, it's rotting boards with a thin layer of dirt, so when you throw a rock on it, the boards collapse. You see below that there are... it's like a 10-foot fall, and there are spikes. And the wisp Um, yeah, the wisp, you can see, even though like it thinks that it used to have, it used to be a humanoid kind of shape, and you see it bring its arm up like in a kind of you guys can see me, so it does this, like it just kind of pump, and then it looks like it's trying to snap its fingers, and it goes shucks, like oh shucks,
Oh,
and
foiled the will-o'-wisp.
it goes invisible.
Oh no. I don't know that's a good thing. We should be careful.
Neil casts fairy fire on it right when it goes invisible.
All right, let us get into initiative then. I don't have these guys labeled, but this is Wisp number 1 because it's the only Wisp currently on the board.
And I still have an inspiration. Now, an inspiration in this game is the same as luck, right? So you could basically use it
Yep.
for a reroll, correct? Okay.
Any D20.
Okay, any D20. Okay. So I need to keep track of that. I'm going to use it.
Sorry, hit me with your initiatives.
19.
Neil
14.
Neil is 8, and I did roll for Adon. He got I think it was 17.
All right. We'll call. All right. Yeah, actually. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so what are your passive perceptions?
11. Oh, wait.
14 and 15.
Passive
18.
perception.
Okay.
Major.
So it says passive wisdom, which means perception, is 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's off to the left.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm looking at the right stat. Yeah, 11.
Okay. Then that is. We're active. I'm gonna allow you guys to roll for it. So anybody who wants to roll perception, go ahead and do so. You are trying to beat a 22.
15.
26.
Balls. Neil?
Oh, Neil got 18, and Adon got an 8.
All right.
Adon got 20.
Okay, so it went invisible, and Rio would be the only one to sense this. Okay, so it went. I have to do this in my head. I'm going to try to keep him in the shadows and keep an eye on. Okay, so 1, 2. So Rio would be no, because he can't see it, so you can't get an opportunity attack. So, all right. So that was the Wisp. Wisp went first, just FYI. And Sarissa, you're up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Sarissa will hold her attack until something's actually attacking us. But she'll relay, still be squatting down, but she's gonna hold an attack to if something comes at us.
Okay.
Because because Neil hasn't done fairy fire yet, and so yeah, I don't know where this thing is, so there's no point in me chucking a javelin.
Okay. All right, and just as an FYI, you do not have to tell me what you're holding or why or what the requisites are, so it just makes it easier for you. Adon, it's your turn.
Adon would be crouching down as instructed, and holding out his holy symbol, and I guess he would be holding an action.
Okay. So I just realized I didn't reveal certain end ways, and you guys, you would see this obviously now, but you probably see that given your pathways. And did he go? Anyway, Adon would probably Okay, so
Can you still hear me?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'll mute now. Sorry.
And Rio, you're up.
Yeah, well, I looked down the corridor.
Oh, Rio.
Because
Yeah, you would have noticed it. The ghost somehow, even though it floats and is invisible, so it's not like making footprints or footstep sounds a lot, but you notice like a breath or something that escapes, and it's going past you, like behind you, back the way you came.
maybe it's got a squeaky ball joint.
Maybe, yeah.
But we're going to want to go down that corridor.
You're gonna go this way?
And yep, and with the pit exposed, I'm going to look for something to help us get across.
It's 5 feet, by the way, guys.
Mm-hmm. Is there something down that corridor that I could grab onto with a grapnel? Do I see such? Like the edge. Oh, I wish the marker function was working.
I see your marker. It's up high. For some reason, it's like the north part of the map. Or wait. So you're looking for something to like throw a grappling hook onto to form some kind of a rope to walk across, or
Well, if you jump holding on to the rope, then if you land funny and start to slip, you've got the rope to grab onto to keep from falling into the pit. Did you see where I drew the X?
yeah.
I'm thinking attaching the grapnel there.
Okay. Give me just a second here. Okay.
And I have no doubt I could make a 5-foot running jump.
Yeah, I don't think any of you
It's
have.
for the rest of the party.
I don't think any of you would have any problem with it because none of your strength scores are like 8.
Well, then I'll just make a running jump and get across.
Yeah, like a 10-foot gap would be an issue. Like, mostly the issue would be not noticing the trap and just walking on it, but knowing it's there, all of you could jump across it if you're trying to go into this area. I love you, baby. I'm so sorry. I hope that you have a really, really good test today. I know you're gonna freaking rock it.
Well, that's where the wisp
I'm so sorry.
was. Now it seems to be gone.
Yes, you felt it go past you the way that you guys came. You felt it go this direction.
Yeah, your perception roll gave you that.
Yeah, but why was it there? So
Here?
I start asking the party, do we want to explore over there?
Are any of you good with insight?
Sure.
Are any of you proficient in insight?
Yeah.
Give me an insight check. What was that, Shannon?
Insight. Oh, I think I'm proficient in insight too. It's something actually Chris is very good at.
Anybody proficient can roll that if you want to.
And I think I'm going to want to use inspiration on that because that roll of 5 was miserable.
Yeah, I only got a 12.
Neil got a 15.
Wow.
And that's miserable. So,
Rio.
not feeling real confident about which way we should go, I asked the rest of the party.
What do you think, Neil? What's your insight into this?
Well, these traps are probably, maybe they're protecting something. We're probably going the right way.
Yeah. Well,
Wait,
and we can
guys, hold on. The DM asked you to make the insight check, meaning that the DM was going to give you information based on your rolls. So with a 15, Neil is the only one that would basically surmise that the Wisp was trying to lead you over the trap to make you fall. And when that failed, it got scared, turned invisible, and ran.
So the evil undead creature is acting like an evil undead creature, basically.
Yeah. Little childish, kind of playful, wispy pain.
Yes, and it's Neil's deduction that this trap is here to protect something. So there's something.
Sure.
There's a something worth pursuing on the other side of this trap.
That, well, it's just an evil undead thing trying to kill us, but yes, I agree. There must be something somewhere in here. It did run away, though. Which direction did it go? Do you know?
I don't know. It disappeared.
Oh, Rio, did you see which direction it went, or Adon?
It went past us, that's all I know.
So it went back the way we came, yes?
Yep.
Right, well, we can keep going this way and continue exploring. See if we can't find another one that actually wants to, I don't know, be dispatched.
Yeah, I can just fly right over this hole in the ground. I don't know how you guys are getting across, but I can just fly right over. Watch this. Like flies over the pit.
As Neil is flying over the pit, gravity increases tenfold.
Right? It turns out it's an event horizon and
Yeah.
it's Neil.
I'm actually listening to a podcast, basically, not right now, but today, about like this badass theoretical physicist, and they were talking about black holes and how little we basically know about them, but how much we do currently know about them, and fascinating stuff.
Well, did you hear about the black holes? Like they say, once something goes in, it never comes out. Not true. The last time it ate a star, it was actually belching back out matter. They got it now, and it's like, ah ha ha.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Stephen Hawking was the one that noticed that there is actually like radiation coming from black holes. Like not everything escaped.
Yeah, escaping, and we have actual evidence now of it's only like a year ago the black hole eating the star, and then it was almost burping up little bits of it. It was funny.
Yeah. Let's say that we're out of combat. You know, keep in mind this is your first summon of Adon for the day, so you do have another one. But like, if you want to keep that timing in mind, you're welcome to.
Well, how about we go about and quickly survey what we can. If they want to run away, they want to run away. We can always go back out, get a bit of rest, and then come in with a plan where we can just take them on.
Neil, do you still have the torch?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get you a little bit more illumination. So you see another sarcophagus to the south. You obviously, actually, you didn't see this one, I'm sorry. You saw the one to your north also. I'm going to assume your tokens are not in the trap.
If Sarissa uses her detect evil and good, like on the sarcophagus, do I get any bad juju?
What does that detect again?
You can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. It's the one I use, just let you know location of fiends, undead, celestials.
And what range?
Blah, blah, blah. You gave me like 60 feet. And you know, even if I don't know specifically where, I know a direction or if there's an issue.
I don't remember increasing the distance of it. I remember allowing it to pass through walls and stuff, though.
The spell is for 60 feet.
Okay, there you go. You said you gave me 60, and I'm like, I don't remember doing that. Okay, so,
The spell is 60 if you allowed it.
yeah, you would sense the wisp that ran this direction. You would sense it over in this general northeast direction.
Okay.
But you don't have any senses coming from the sarcophagi.
Right. So, real quick, guys, the fact that this thing is trying to lead us into spongy pits, I vote we don't mess with the sarcophagi right now. They're probably booby traps. Let's continue exploring while Adon is still here. We can always come back tomorrow after we regroup. Think of this as recon. So, should we have, can we have Adon stay in front of us so we can kind of stay in formation and keep going?
You can do whatever you want. Neil, are you exploring some more?
Yeah, Neil's exploring over here, but
Do you want?
Did you jump the trap?
Yes, let's say we will jump the trap.
Yeah. There should not be rolls for this in all the D&D you watch. Your character can just simply jump based on your strength score. It's not, unless it's like loose footing or I don't know if it's during combat.
Adon has a -1 on his strength score.
Really?
Yeah.
And you have him with a mace?
Yeah. He can't use it very well. He's still
God.
spells.
I looked up jump distance, and I think it's your strength, your total strength score.
Okay, so you can jump 8 feet.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay. So he'll be okay. Well,
Whatever.
Sir can always like hold on to his hand and leap over it.
Yeah.
Make sure he doesn't. So, all right, let's keep exploring. I think we should keep our formation in case we come across something else. And Rio.
Good idea.
Keep your eyes peeled for traps.
I'm going to assume you just explore this entire section, and this is what you see.
All right. 4 dead bodies, another pit. We should probably keep
There
moving.
are no other pits. These are like columns, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's go explore. Let's go explore the other wing and see if it's similar, so we can have a plan of attack should we need to come back.
Jump the pit with spikes again.
Yes,
I can do that.
And maybe we could head towards the tail. Back towards the tail. It seems like some of the wisps are that direction.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright.
Follow me. Follow the light of my mace.
And Sarissa will stay in formation and follow Adon.
Okay.
And periodically duck down so we can make sure that Rio, is eyeballing everything for crap.
All right. Okay, let's do a thing here again. Actually, everybody give me perception rolls. I don't think there's no chance that everybody's gonna be less than a 10, but let's try it out. Yeah.
Only a 25.
You don't want our passive perception. You want to roll perception.
You are currently like actively looking for traps now that you know that there are, so it's active perception.
Yeah.
Another thing I got wrong it's still gonna be wrong because I've already kind of laid it out, is a creature using a pole or similar tool to prod ahead detects the pit with a DC 10. So none of you are doing that, but I didn't read that correctly, so whatever. Let me defog. There is a pit here. Wait, nope. Right there. So let me draw that. So you have yet another set of moldy or wet or whatever boards and loose dirt, thin layer, but pretty obvious.
Yes, I've seen this before.
And let's see.
We should probably just keep actively clearing the area so we know what all the traps are. We could come back tomorrow with maybe a better plan of the task. But
Adon getting as close to the pit trap as he feels comfortable without falling in. He would see the edges of 2 more sarcophagi on the left and right, kind of like this a split hallway kind of scenario again. And I think there would be 1, 2. You would see 2 wisps. Like maybe like here and here. Just beyond the trap. The pitfall, whatever.
Can Adon take his mace and slam his mace down on the trap to break the boards?
'Tis broken.
Another trap.
perhaps they won't attack until they see that we've sprung all their traps. So we'll just keep going and keep an eye on them and see if the behavior changes if we don't fall for their trap.
Yes, they don't seem to be hostile. Adon jumps the trap.
Oh, we're going in, eh? Okay. Sarissa's been talking about you guys just like breaking traps and then.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. That's right. Sarissa has been talking about like going back or going out and coming back another day. So yeah, he would do that if I can.
Yeah.
Take our buddy's action back. He's part of the team.
So
Yeah.
So we're all still heading towards the tail, correct?
That is the
Yes.
direction you're heading.
But
Okay. So,
we may have to fight if we go on.
yes, so how about we advance a little more, see what the creatures do, and if we need to retreat, we retreat. If all of a sudden they all come at us, we know where the traps are. We could potentially really lay this out. So let's go forward a bit more. You have a bit more time with this, yes, Adon?
Yes.
I have roughly 7 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody, keep your eyes peeled, and fuck, I just went into like a brain accent there for a second. Not sure what happened.
Happens.
Yeah. So yes, we'll just keep going forward. The eyes peeled. And if we have to, we can always retreat. I'm just curious that once we sprung the last trap, if the behavior will then change. Also, part B to this thought is we've not messed with the sarcophagi, and I'm wondering if that might be what would trigger them actually attacking, because we've not disturbed the places of rest.
Very good idea.
Yes, or they're just playing innocent, and much like Ted Bundy, they're going to come at us like a spider monkey hit. You know?
I won't touch the sarcophagi. Let's test your theory. Can Adon jump the trap and move forward?
And
If-
ultimately, we do need to put these souls to rest, Adon. We really need to. They are very unhappy.
If you have determined that you've summoned a gung-ho Adon, then by all means, if that's what you like to do.
That's what Sarissa told me to do.
Alright. Let's roll initiative one more time then.
Oh boy.
And only a 9.
Oh boy. Neil gets a 4. Don gets a 16.
Marissa got a 12.
Alright.
So we'll put it in the order that we're going through this. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
Marissa's right behind Adon. And you got Rio and Neil right on
So-
the tail.
You guys have to stop putting your tokens where there is no space to be. But the initiative roll happened as Adon was jumping,
Okay.
so this is where y'all be.
Yeah, so that's fine. So, like I said, Sarissa, and can we see the two wisps as Adon jumps? Do they like blink
Oh, yeah.
into existence?
Yeah.
Okay, Sarissa will yell for Adon. There's one on each side, if that's okay, and let Rio and Neil know that. Now, are they coming at Adon, or what's going on?
I'm still rolling initiative. Let's see. All right, that's that one. Oh gosh, that one. Which still puts him. These guys have some decks, baby. Highest decks I think I've ever seen in this game. It's. I haven't looked at a ton of stat blocks, I suppose, but it was still surprising when I pulled that up. All right.
High deck. That means they can like shake and move and like get out of the way of hits, right? Like that dexterity relates to not your hit points, but to your AC, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You guessed it. Okay. So let me do a little bit of thing. Actually, yeah, let me do a thing here.
Not that anybody cares. I'm trying to get Xerox copies of a character sheet so I can write Sarissa down and start manually doing it. Because, you know, it's easier to remember it when you go through the mechanics versus just click. Oh, look. Then you have to click the button.
Yeah, we should roll real dice. It'd be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I trust you. If you guys want to roll your own like physical dice, you're welcome to.
I'm sitting on a bed right now, so that would probably be cheating. But yeah, I might break them out just to. It's so much easier when you roll the dice because you have to think about it. Like, why am I doing this thing instead of just clicking a button and you just score up here.
Roll the dice.
Okay. So.
All right.
So we basically see 1 and 2 just kind of poof into existence.
Oh, they were there. They were there the whole time.
Okay.
They were visible.
Okay.
Once again, just kind of trying to lure you into the trap to fall to your pain.
Sarissa will do the mom thing where, like, she'll put her arm out, but she will kind of crouch down so that Rio has a good clear shot.
On your turn, you're welcome to do that. So first up, we have. Yep, they're coming. So another wisp joins, and it will.
Oh.
They don't have a. Oh, here we go. I was like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Actually, so this one would have been invisible, which gives it advantage on its attack roll.
Yep.
And as it attacks, obviously it will reveal itself. But that's a fucking 3 and a 4. Neither of those, I think, are with a +4 to hit, which is 8 total. Would hit Adon, I'm assuming.
Nope.
Sweet. Cool. That is so lame. Okay, so that's that turn. Next up, we have Visible Wisp number 1. Who? Oh, and now you guys can see that's a 4, so you can probably surmise. Damn it. Not with.
It's so small on my screen, I can't see the numbers unless you say it.
Good. Does a 19 hit Adon?
Yes.
All right, so that is gonna be lightning damage. In case he's like a storm cleric, I don't know how you built him.
No.
1, 8. Number 1 over here hits Adon with 9 points of lightning damage as it kind of reaches out to like touch shock him. Wisp. I mean, yeah, these guys have such high decks. Wisp number 3, which is also invisible, but luckily we got this whole like this is within melee distance, based on how D&D works. So that's that's gonna hit 19 crit. No, it's a natural one. So 19 with advantage for another shock. That's an 8 and a 6. So that is 14 more lightning damage to Adon.
Sorry, how much?
That 14, and the first hit was 9 from the other guy.
Yep, got it.
How's Adon looking?
Oh, he's fine.
Okay, it is Adon's turn.
Okay.
Now would be an excellent time to, I don't know, turn the undead Adon.
Yes, but these people are these creatures are making me mad. We could fight as well.
Or we could turn them and come up with a very, very good plan and perhaps, I don't know, heal some of your wounds.
All right. And then he grabs his holy symbol and says, "Suni, make these creatures scared of your power." And he casts Turn Undead.
Okay. Wisdom saves?
Yeah, Wisdom save of 15.
Oh, Will-O-Wisp very wise.
And it's fear, right?
It's got its own description, kind of what it. You have to move far away, opposite direction of me.
But it doesn't say like it causes a fear condition or something like that?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It does not cause a fear condition.
Alright, so number 1... They're all in range. So yeah, so number 1 has a 14. Number 2 fails. Number 3 has a 20. And number 4 has a 19. Does 14 save or fail?
Fail.
Okay, so that was 1 and 2 that failed. I don't know how you want to mark that.
Just
So who
change
failed?
token name.
Yeah, if you want to. I got my own way of marking it on my Excel sheet, so up to you if you...
I mean, I assume they're going to run away from me, so
Yeah.
I'll know.
That's your action, right?
Yes, that is my action.
Okay.
Adon, quickly, who is now been turned?
The number 1 and 2.
Oh, right, kitty corner.
Movement? Bonus?
I'm thinking about it.
I think the only bonus you really have is, well, healing in my game, or spiritual weapon.
I know. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at spiritual weapon. Is that? It's not concentration, is it? What is it? Yes, I will cast spiritual weapon.
Alrighty.
Try it.
Let's just pick this crossbow as your weapon. Where do you want to summon it? Or you can move it where you summon it, and then you can attack with it in the same turn.
Well, I'm not going to attack the ones I turned, so I will position it to attack number 4.
Okay. Give me that roll.
18.
Hits. Wait. Does not hit.
Woo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Those things are very, very dexterous.
I really hope that I balanced this well. We'll find out.
It's about balance.
Yeah. You guys have mowed through everything that I thought would be tough-ish, so we'll see. All right. Movement from Adon?
No, he's going to stand his ground. He needs to protect his friends. He's going to stand there. He's the tank.
Okay, Sarissa. You're up.
All right. Sarissa will hold on. So number 4 is number 4 the one? Did it Dawn hit number 4? The one to the bottom right hand side.
Where the
Tried.
where the ballista is where he tried.
Okay, so Sarissa will take her javelin, her first javelin, and I will chuck it at the bottom right hand one, closest
Okay.
with by the thing.
Give me that.
17 plus 9, 26. Is that it?
Does.
All right. So Sarissa is going to, but I cannot use Divine Smite unless it's a melee thing,
Correct.
right? So if I was holding the javelin, I could Divine Smite him, but chucking it, I cannot Divine Smite, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So, he gets
Here-
12 points of damage.
Here's the deal. Actually, in the future, if you want to divine smite on a ranged attack, you're going to have to expend the spell slot and call it before you roll your attack.
Okay, so
If
it's balanced. I can use it, but I have to let you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
If I whiff it, well, sucks for you.
then that's a spell slot. Yeah.
So, yeah, so Sarissa will now chuck the other javelin at said bad guy.
What was your damage roll for that one?
12 points.
12. Damn. For number 4.
Yeah, well, hopefully these things are near impossible to hit. So,
After that first javelin, it's already looking whatever the ghostly equivalent of bloodied would be.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I'll chuck the second javelin at him.
Okay.
14, but can I use my inspiration on that?
14 was the total or just the dice?
That was the total.
Okay.
Can I re-roll?
Yeah, it's luck. Sure.
Let me get rid of my inspiration. And 17.
17 also misses.
All right then. So, hold on. I'm looking at my. No, I'm not going to do that. So, okay, yeah, that's
Okay.
Sarissa's good. I'm not protection.
Okay, so this guy, I think the best. Yeah, it would run as far as it can. So it's out of sight currently of all of you. That's what it is, right? They have to run away.
I think they have to move away
Yes,
from him.
They have to move up to their speed away.
They're not forced to use dash.
Well, let me look.
I don't think they are, but there are some things that make them use their reaction to run their speed, but I don't think anything makes them use dash. Let's just say that's what it is, because that seems right. And
yeah, it says no. It says for its action, it can only use the dash action.
okay,
It can use only the dash action or try to escape. Yeah, so it has to use the dash action.
okay. It doesn't say it has to. It says it can only use.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, aside from these guys going back above ground, I don't think there's any way for them to get further than I have placed it. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, well, if they can move through walls, they would continue moving through walls.
yeah. That's a rough. Let's see. So one, two.
But A, do they have a length on limit on how far away from their burial site they go? And B, do they go out in the sunlight or do they just move as far away as they can in the dark and just stay there? Does that make sense? Like they're gonna move as far away as they can, but they can't go further away from their bones than they're allowed. Or if they don't go out in sunlight in the day, then they're only gonna move as far away as they can in the dark. They might just,
Okay.
go down to the section and hole up there.
I think that it would. You guys can. Oh shit! You can see that, can't you?
I can't.
At the top. Okay. Good. You probably can if you whatever, but yeah, you wouldn't know what it's doing anyway because you can't see that far. All right, we have. So I see a message on. Okay. Cool. So up next is Rio.
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot the one who's closest.
I'm assuming you mean number 1? To the left of Adon?
That's correct.
Okay.
$21 to hit.
Oh, that's what that was. 21 hits, yeah.
And shall we call it 13 magical piercing?
Okay. Looking bloody.
And it's already taken damage, correct?
It has now.
Oh, that was its first damage?
Yeah.
Wait, which one is he going after?
Numero uno.
Oh, yeah, no, I hit number 4. I thought 1 and okay. I think 1 and 2 are the ones who have the
Then second arrow.
Okay.
And that's a 24, so I presume that's a hit as well.
You presume correctly, sir.
And now I get to dial in Colossus Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 plus 5 makes 13 damage, and now I'll roll another d8 for Colossus Slayer. And that's another 8 damage. So 21 damage from the second arrow.
As the wisp is turning to flee from Adon, it gets struck in the head, or like in the like shoulder blade by one arrow, and you see it like react in pain, and then the second arrow just goes straight through the back of its head, and it winks out of existence.
As in, it died, or it went out of existence and gone invisible?
Up to your interpretation, I suppose.
Anyway, look, we get the sense that it is no longer. It's shuffled off whatever it had, linking it to this one.
Bonus action movement.
I'll move up to where it was.
All right. Yeah. That'll 5, 10, jump. Yeah, you have enough movement to go there. Cool. Bonus action?
Well, no. I would just move up the corridor 10 feet, not up and across.
Well, there's a wisp here. Were you wanted to move through the wisp?
Well, that was the one I thought I was shooting.
You are shooting number 1. There's like a pillar, like there's wall here. So you could only target the one across, or maybe hit number 3.
Yeah, my
So
spiritual weapon was hanging
I'll
out there.
sit
but yeah,
tight, I
that's
won't
really a
move.
wall.
Okay.
I won't move.
Okay. Then yeah. All right. Next up, we have Neil.
Okay.
Neil, you should fairy fire the one that's not running away.
Yes,
Oh,
Neil
wait.
Fuck.
will squeeze up to the edge of the the trap and cast Fairy Fire on the. I guess it'll hit 3 and 4.
And Adon.
Let's see.
Carissa needs to grab another diet soda.
Dexterity saving throw of 16.
That would be a 16 exactly for number 3. And a fail on number 4. So
Want me to roll for Adon?
yes.
21.
So he saves.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Did they both?
So
both get?
number 4 is fairy fired. Number 3 is not.
Okay.
And number 1 is dead.
So number 4 has fairy fire. And he's also
And then-
the one that I needs damage.
Yeah. Yes. And then Neil will say, "Way to go, Adon," and give him bardic inspiration, and then he'll fly back behind Rio.
Alrighty.
It's my turn.
Cool. Back to the top. Number 4 is not feared, is fairy fired, will attempt to... attempt a smack Adon. Ooh, natural 20, baby. I haven't rolled one of those in a while. Let me do a little bit of... All right. So Adon takes 14 plus.
So real quick. I'll be right back on this.
Okay. 14 plus, so 22 more points of lightning damage.
Oh.
And that is the turn for... Yeah, that's the turn for the Wisp. Number 3 will move in closer to Adon and also attack him. But that's a 7. So Adon gets his shield up on that one. It's Adon's turn.
Okay. How does my spiritual weapon work?
I believe you can only move it 20 feet on a turn. It's a bonus action to attack with it.
But if I use that, can I not cast a leveled spell as well?
It's not. It's a bonus action, but it's not part of your spell. You already cast the spell.
Okay. What was that, Sarissa?
Carissa would be like, "Fear not, Adon. I'm coming and I will heal you."
Then I will kill these fiends, and he casts Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
All right. I call forth a fey spirit of my choice. So I'm going to call the spectral, incorporeal form of these beautiful elven ladies with scimitars. And they fly around me to a distance of 15 feet for the duration that I can concentrate, 10 minutes. And I can also designate any number of creatures that I see to be unaffected by it. So I will designate my allies to be unaffected. And when a creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn within my 15 feet aura. It's got to make a wisdom saving throw or take damage.
Mm-hmm. That's one of those spells that's worded weirdly. Because the creatures are not entering the area on the turn you create it. The area...
Right.
Yeah.
They don't have to make their throw now. They
Yeah.
don't have to make their throw now. They'll have to make the throw on the start of their next turn.
As your bonus action, you're going to attack with that?
Yes, I will attack with the spiritual weapon.
Gimme.
Oh, wait.
With advantage.
I just did it without.
Fairy Fire, baby.
21. All right. 23.
Yep, hits.
All right, that'll be 7 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Looking bad.
And who is getting hit there? Number 3.
That was number 4. That was my floating spectral ballista.
Ballista.
Shot an arrow into its head.
Excellent.
A spiritual arrow. It just shot a spiritual arrow into this thing.
These things are near impossible to hit.
You guys have hit a lot.
I know, but overall, man, they just seem like when you hear somebody say rolls a 19 and it doesn't hit, you're like, good God.
19 would have hit. 18 did not.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I believe that's your turn, unless you're going to move.
Yes, no, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Sarissa.
Right. So is number 4 looking extremely terrible?
It's bad.
All right. Sarissa will.
You can't really move there. That's not existent. But you can see it.
Yes, those are walls.
Okay, well, I have a. I suppose I'll. Can I go this way? So
It's also a wall.
I can,
That's a wall.
And so.
All you can do is jump the track, jump the trap, and
Yeah.
then move through people's spaces to end up on an unoccupied square somewhere.
Okay, so I'll. Can I end up there?
Sure, if you want to. Willing to take a hit from Willow.
Yeah, I think if you want to move there, 4 would get an opportunity attack on you.
4 would?
Yeah, because you would be jumping into the Adon space.
Yeah.
And then moving.
I have a question.
Yeah.
As I'm jumping by number 4, can I pick up my javelins and keep moving to this unoccupied, leap, grab my javelins and keep moving?
So 2 things. One, when you were making your javelin attacks, they probably should have had some kind of cover, but I fucked that up, so it's fine. 2, they would be kind of past number 4, so you would have to go. If you want to go that side, you can pick them up.
But number 4 is looking
Bad.
Sorry, I can't find my lips. Is looking bad. So, Sarissa. So if I'm jumping and going through number 3, is number 3 the one that's going to get to attack because I'm whizzing by him?
No, because you're staying within its melee reach. So it's number 4 would have the opportunity attack.
Oh, okay. Well, can I jump and go this way then?
Sure.
Then number 3 will get, but that means number 3 gets to attack, and I
Correct.
end up by number 4. Correct. Okay,
Yep.
so I'll do that because I want to get my javelins back.
Okay, let me take that opportunity attack. It's a nat 1.
Oh. Bummer.
Bummer? You want to get... Okay.
No, I'm just saying. So he didn't hit me, correct?
Correct. Oh, you want to do Hellish Rebuke or something?
Well, I'm just thinking of somebody, but no, I want to get my javelins back because that gives me more options. So I want.
You can pick up one of them. If you pick up both of them, it's sacrificing one of your 2 attacks.
Yeah, no, I just want to pick up the one
Okay.
And since I'm standing right next to number 4, can I chop him?
With the javelin?
No.
Oh, with the sword.
Yes.
So do you have a shield on?
Yeah, I've got my shield.
Then you're not picking up a jab.
Okay, well then I'm leaving my jab. I can pick them up, afterwards or do, on my next turn. So I'm gonna jump and immediately swipe at the will-o-wisp. That's number.
That you moved through. Yeah. Go ahead.
With advantage. 'Cause he's kind of
True.
glowing with purple berry flames.
So that one sucks, only 11. So can I use my advantage and roll the second one?
No, you can't use your
11
advantage.
Plus 9, 23.
11 plus 9 is not 23, but it still hits.
Yeah, 23. So I'm using one arm, so I use this one and not the D10. I use the D8 because it's a one-armed and not two-armed attack. 4. 12 points of damage.
You, with a shield in one hand, you really can't be using it two-handed anyway.
I just said that. I can't.
Oh, I know.
Two-handed. I don't use the 1D10. I can
But
only use the D8.
My question is, have you been rolling D10s?
No.
Okay, just making
Never.
sure.
I'm talking out loud.
I know.
I cement it in my brain.
Just making sure. And then basically any damage you roll would be enough to kill it. So if you want to describe...
She'll basically just kind of come down, and I can just see him kind of doing the that almost shimmering mirage wave as it just kind of poofs away into nothingness.
Yep.
And shades of blue, I would guess. Carissa will comment, be like, lovely shade of blue. I need to work on my comment. And then, so instead of taking a second attack, I have a question. Since I can lean kitty quarter into Adon, instead of using my second attack, can I lean over and touch Adon and heal him? Like lean over. You know what I mean? And just put a hand on him so I can give him some healing instead of using my second attack.
So for lay on hands,
No, it's not lay on hands.
Oh.
I guess it is called lay on hands. Yeah, lay on hands. Yes.
So for lay on hands, I believe we ruled that it can be a bonus action or a reaction if you're using less than 50% of your total pool.
Okay, yeah. So, because I don't think, because I would have to move again and go through Adon. Well, let's see. I went 5, 10, 15. So 5, 10. I guess technically I could move my last 15 feet and end up over here, correct?
So moving through a friendly player space costs double.
Okay.
So you'd be going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If you want to do damage number 3, you could pick up a javelin and chuck it.
Okay.
But
so first I'm going to pick up a javelin and chuck it because Adon is not looking good, right? Because I heard him go, oh, I got hit again.
I have not received Adon's HP.
Okay. So Chris will say, hold on a moment. And so she'll pick up a javelin and chuck it at number 4.
Okay. Attack roll.
19 plus 9, 28.
Even with the +2 AC for cover behind Adon, that definitely hits.
Okay, perfect. So he will take... Oh, sweet. I rolled a 6 on a d6. A 6 plus 8. 14 points of damage.
How the fuck is it +8?
Because it's based on Sarissa's... Because I'm a strength-based...
Yeah. But that's 5. Is your strength 20? No, your strength is 19, right?
Yeah. No, it's 20 right now, because remember we added the extra one because of the breakfast or whatever.
Oh, yeah. So that's
So,
5 +1 from the magic weapon, and then +2 from what?
+3 from proficiency.
There's no proficiency to damage.
No,
Oh, yeah,
but
you're right.
my hit DC, like I said, it's a +1 javelin,
Huh?
plus of my strength. It was like when I pull down that +1, it goes from, it went up. And
No.
also when I leveled up.
Yes. So you have 5 strength added to the damage. You have +1 from it being a +1 weapon, so that's 6. Where are the other 2 coming from? I don't think dueling.
It was compelled duel or something like that. Like I said, when I at the very beginning, it was always +2
Dueling.
my strength, and then when I added
That's if you have a weapon in one hand and you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you gain a +2. So yeah.
This is how D&D Beyond has figured it for me, and I went and looked because I didn't quite understand. And no matter what I do with the compelled duel, this is the number it gives me.
So
if I remove one of my strengths, I think I lose one of those points.
So the problem is, the D&D is D&D Beyond is figuring that that's a javelin attack at melee range. Wait.
You're right.
So since you're tossing it, it would only be the 6 + 6. I know that's annoying to keep track of, but that... Anyway.
Well, it would be based on her dexterity bonus.
No, it's javelins are strength.
Oh, are they?
Thrown weapons.
When they're
Yeah.
thrown?
So 3 is still looking the ghostly equivalent of bloodied with that 1 javelin. Did you use your bonus action to lay on hands of Dawn, or?
I have no idea what's going on at this point.
So far, you killed a wisp with.
Did I hit him with that other javelin throw?
Yeah, and I just told you that he's looking the ghostly equivalent of bloodied now.
Okay, and that didn't do 14 points of damage, so what was it? It was 1d
12.
plus what? 12. Okay, so he's still looking bad.
He's still looking bad. Bloody.
Yeah, for my bonus action, can I lean over to Adon and give him like I can't give him a full half, but I could give a 1 point less than half, correct?
Yeah, I can give him 14.
Oh, okay, hold on, let me see.
Because your pool is 5 times your level, right? Your paladin level?
Yeah, it's 20. I have 30 points,
yeah.
So I can give him 14. So I will lean over and mumble my little holy thing, talking to my God, the greatest God, the most humble of gods, better than all gods, blah, blah, blah. And heal Adon with 14 points.
Gross. So what I'm thinking is, if Sarissa is saying my God is the best God of all gods, and then she's doing that while trying to heal a cleric who is also has his God, and is that necrotic damage instead? No.
She just
cool.
mumbles it under her, but she has her little your typical little liturgy you give at the beginning of praying to whatever God you believe in.
Okay, cool. Then Wisp. Okay. How that fear thingy lasts for like a minute, right?
Like 10. Wait. Yeah, a minute. Yeah, a minute.
Well, fuck, dude.
And real quick, so if I throw the javelin, it's only +6 damage, but if it's in melee, then it's the +8
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Melee.
Because, like, dueling is, like, one-hand weapon plus a shield, like, melee attacks. It's M-E-L-E-E.
There we go. Melee versus range. Okay.
I assume that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Yeah. So other wisp that has been running continues to do so. Rio, you're up.
Yeah, targeting number 3.
All right. Or if you hit it, you probably kill it. So.
Has it taken damage already?
Yep.
So there's also
A D8. The 5 plus 5 was enough to kill it, but if you would like to roll for overkill, you're
okay,
welcome.
that's good enough.
Okay. Where does this arrow pierce for the killing blow?
Oh, let's be non-dramatic. Just make it a through the heart,
Okay.
or where a wisp would have a heart.
Yeah. And as you say, non-dramatic, the arrow pierces the heart, and the wisp like tries to grab at it, but it passed through it because it's a fucking ghost. But it still like does that dramatic, and then disappears.
Yay!
Is there a saving throw for that fear every turn?
No.
Okay. We're kind of effectively out of combat then.
Well, I mean, unless you, but it only lasts for
8
another
more turns.
8 rounds.
Yeah.
And then come back.
And
So
we've
we should
also
probably stay in it.
we've only taken care of 8 of these willow wisps. There's still one somewhere. And maybe it's the biggest, baddest willow wisp.
You've killed 3 of them, one of which is another one is running for its dear unlife.
So we've only killed 3 of them, and there's 2 more that we need to find and dispatch.
Yeah, there were 5 of them when we were at night.
Yes. Should we continue down the tail? How are you feeling, Adon?
Oh, I can heal myself.
Does he do so?
Well, are we in initiative or not?
Sure. We're just gonna say that you guys all take your turns at the same time, more or less, just to run through it if you want to.
Okay, I mean, as long as you're tracking turns or whatever.
I will start.
Okay.
We're on the start of round 3. So what are y'all doing with your 6 seconds? Oh, by the way, Sarissa, based on where your position is and your sight and such, you would be able to probably see like all that. And then Adon moving there. You guys are gonna explore this whole fucking place.
All right. Let's keep going while we still have Adon. We don't have much more time. We're either gonna find the other ones or we don't.
So, you guys.
Back into formation.
You guys saw the 2 sarcophagi in alcoves on the left and right. The northern area has the bones of Azdraka, a huge dragon, that are embedded in the walls and the floor as this depicts. Yeah, the dragon's skull rests on the floor and has a long sword set atop it.
Ooh.
So, real
Here it
quick,
is.
let's get into formation. And can I say I'm holding a javelin? Like, if a will-o-wisp shows up, I'm gonna chuck it at him.
Yeah, sure, yeah, whatever you want to do.
Okay. So I have that and be like, all right, do we want to go after the will-o-wisp and come back and explore this once we've dealt with the other 2, while we still have Adon?
Wait, hell, for the divine, for that fear thingy, is it? Are they running away from you if they can see you?
Doesn't say.
Give me a second. Because obviously he's not going to be able to see you if it's not on that fucking map anymore, but if it ran through a wall.
One of those nebulous, God only knows, player handbook awesomeness that's written in.
Yeah, if it can't see me, it probably doesn't need to run anymore.
I don't even see it on... It's an action. So it should be in the actions. Turn into... There we go. Oh, wow, okay. It mentions nothing at all about...
No, yeah, it doesn't say.
Yeah. That's stupid.
It's like
It should say something about that.
Yeah.
it gets written down, and it's been that way since 1984. Nobody's bothered to update it,
Right.
regardless of all the questions.
Whenever 5e came out, that's when this was written.
Yeah. Of all the things that needed to be updated, I'm thinking that maybe they could have revisited some of these player handbook descriptions, but no.
We will
So
say...
there we go. I haven't heard from Rio on talking.
Yeah, I'm still here.
He's a quiet ranger.
Sorry, Ryder.
We will say that that is... This is so stupid. Like, if he's just going to keep running, he has 50 movement speed. He has 50 hover. So the dude's... The fucking little wisp is going to run and run and run. Like...
Uh-huh.
And there's no light sensitivity, so, like, sunlight's not really a problem for them. So stupid. Okay. Whatever. So we're at the start of round 4. What are we doing?
My lady, is this sword for you?
Yes. Let's keep going to be on the safe side. I would really like to dispatch the other two undead creatures while you're still here. We can kind of have and grab the sword and explore more once you've dealt with the most immediate threat, which are the undead trying to hurt her.
Yes, well, if we stay here long enough, that one will come back.
Yes.
So is round 4 just spent deliberating what you're gonna do in the next round, or?
No, I vote we
Pretty
keep
much.
moving. Yeah, like no, Sarissa's gonna kind of have her hand on
Oh, I see,
Adon and
okay.
kind of be like, yeah, like
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, yes, it's very lovely. We will come back and get it. Let's go deal with the undead and kind of keep our formation
Where?
moving.
Where should we find them?
We should keep going straight ahead north.
Th-
That
There
Or
is
are
only
we
a
at-
wall, my lady.
oh. So if there's only a wall, then never mind. Let's look at the sword, I guess. I had no idea. I thought it kept going.
Do you are you on Owlbear? Can you see it?
Yeah, but I have it zoomed way in so I can see my characters and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I have to zoom way back out. So
Yeah.
that's when you're like, do you see this? I'm like, no.
I was just making
So-
sure, like, how much. If you want me to describe more, I can based on what you can see.
Yeah,
in there.
nope.
Okay.
I can see. Yeah, like I said, I can see what I need to see. You
Yeah.
know, there's the room and stuff, but I can't see anything else. I'm keeping it. So, all right. I guess we should very quickly. Should we go back the way we came and look for the other will-o-wisps, or should we stay here? Like, Adon, how much time do you feel that you have left? A bit, not much.
I think I have roughly 6.5 minutes left.
Okay, so if Sarissa uses her divine sense, can I sense any of the undead around me in like a 60-foot circle? Like, do I sense anybody? Let me mark that off.
You know what, Sarissa? This is possibly the best time you could have used it.
Yes, so
You sense Let me just make sure. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, what do you sense with that? What are the creature types?
Undead, celestials. Undead, celestials, fiends. Yeah.
Only those three?
Yeah, celestials, fiends, and undead.
I take
Anything
it.
that can be turned by Adon, I should be able to sense.
I take it back. You don't sense anything within your 60-foot range.
All right. So, well, do we want to go back or do we want to start exploring this room? While we have Adon here, so I can tell you I don't feel any undead within, range, but it doesn't mean there's not something dangerous in this room. We are in the room with a magical sword and a large dead giant.
Let's say we are at the beginning of round 5 now.
We stay here. We can fight the will-o-wisp. They will return.
All right, let's do that, but let's post up as if we could retreat if need be also, but
Sorry, what are you guys? You're waiting for the will-o-wisp to come back?
well, can we explore? Did you say the blade is laying across the dragon's head?
It is.
All right. And Rio, could you please ascertain if there's any traps that are going to take a finger if I move off this thing?
Sure, I can cast 120-foot fine traps.
All right. And
That's a great
so
spell.
while he's doing that, can I also cast Detect Evil and Good, where I can, while I'm right in front of the sword, and it'll let me know if there's aberrations, celestials, elemental, fae, fiend, undead, or that's basically the same thing as my other one, right? So
It's not.
same old-
And
It's not?
so
Okay.
let's do order of
Yeah, I'm trying to be thorough.
operations.
Right,
Rio claimed to cast his spell first. And what's the range on your trap thingy? You said 120?
120 feet. And I learned the general nature of the danger posed by a trap if I sense it.
And then what does it tell you about, like, do you sense the exact location or the direction or what?
No, I do not sense the location.
But direction?
No.
Oh, you just get it.
That it's within 120 feet line of sight.
Oh, with line of sight. Okay. I am actually going to give you not just line of sight on this one. You get 2 pings. But since you don't know location, direction, that's all you're going to get is 2 pings of traps within 120 feet. Unless the spell says even better than that, but let me read it.
No, that's reasonable.
It's called find traps, right?
Fine trap.
Yep.
But it would not reveal a natural weak. Okay, yeah. You do learn the general nature of the danger posed by a trap you sense. So you would learn that there are 2 traps in your 120-degree radius that will cause acid. They'll cause acid damage.
Did you say acid?
I did. Are you asking Rio or me?
Yeah. What are you sensing, Rio? Is there a problem?
It says that there are 2 traps that deal acid damage. Doesn't tell me where, doesn't tell me how. Just that there'd be acid damage.
Oh, my lady, we must not ruin your fair complexion.
Oh, thank you very much, kind sir.
Also, okay, so that was Rio's action on this turn. Sarissa's action would be, if she still wants to do it.
Yes, I
The
want to
spell.
detect good and evil. I'm standing in front of this sword, but I used my divine sense nothing. I'm now using detect good and evil. That's for 30 feet, kind of in a big circle.
You know what's funny is like everybody who says this spell out loud always says good and evil, but it's evil and good. So when you type it in incorrectly. All right, hold on.
Detect evil and good, yeah.
Okay.
Do I sense anything? So Sarissa, will grab her little holy symbol, and I'll put my head down and do my little prayer. Do I sense anything?
So we're gonna take a break after this.
Okay.
But you sense a it doesn't tell you like what kind of creature you sensed, I guess technically.
Yeah.
But you sense a creature that you cannot see, basically right next to
where?
right next to the head.
Okay. So in this area. Yeah, because it says I can sense the aberration, celestial, yada, yada, yada. And I know where they're at, but it doesn't say I can discern other than it's bad or it's good and where it's at. I don't know exactly what it is.
As far as I'm reading in the spell, yes, that's
how I read it too.
Honestly, giving you that it's an elemental, probably not gonna make much of a difference. So you also know it's an elemental.
All right, so I will pass that information along to my compatriots and say, look, we are dealing with an evil, potentially elemental. It's right here at the head. We might not want to touch anything. We might want to think about this. I'm not sure.
And
does anybody here know about elementals and
that
they might potentially be?
That will be the end of round 5. We will start round 6 after our quick break. So 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever.
So 15 minutes would be 12 minutes after the hour. We return.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
See you guys soon.
Shadow Assassin, if you would like to quickly materialize as our little need to help us out, that would be fabulous. And Sarissa has passed along that there seems to be an evil elemental lurking also, so don't touch anything.
What?
You technically don't know that it's evil.
It says detect evil and good,
Yeah.
so if I'm using that, wouldn't it tell me if it was evil or good?
No. It doesn't even tell you the creature type, technically. I just gave you that it's an elemental. Anyway, we're back. We are at the top of round 6. What you doing?
Shall we wait and destroy the will-o-wisps?
Yes. So from the sword itself, it doesn't feel consecrated or desecrated. It's the sword, but there's definitely an elemental.
Yeah, I read that part of the spell, and I would not say the sword has any consecration or desecration on it.
Maybe it's decoy.
Oh. Oh. Uh-huh. So, should we wait for the will-o-wisp to come back? Because there's definitely something else lurking, and we don't really want to have an angry elemental plus 2 will-o-wisps coming out.
Can we talk to it? Maybe it can hear us.
Ooh. What's the thought?
Hey, elemental thing. We need this sword so that we can go kill a dragon that's threatening Phandalin.
So we'll lean over and be like, maybe we shouldn't discuss just random killing various creatures.
You don't get a response.
Well,
Want me to fairy fire it?
no. Excellent idea, but no. Perhaps we should all back up a bit from the back walls and prepare for if the will-o-wisps do come back. Do we want to circle up?
I'm being very generous with the rounds. Like that was probably like 3 rounds, but we'll just say we're at. Do you guys?
But when you threw out that first one, I didn't feel any will-o-wisp within. So I wasn't sensing any will-o-wisp in anywhere in the vicinity.
Within 60, no.
Okay. So I think we should start heading back the way we came and see if we can't find the will-o-wisp. I'm not sensing them here. Perhaps we could find them, dispatch them, and then come back here and reason or speak with or whatever we need to do with the elemental that is right in this area.
Do you guys just like are you going to be waiting until a wisp comes back, or?
Sarissa wants to put her hand on Adon's shoulder and kind of start steering him like, let's stay in formation and go looking for the will-o-wisp. I'm not sensing them in.
Perhaps I should heal myself real quick. Let me pray.
Touch yourself and we shall go.
Yes,
You
heal thy servant.
You have the option of choosing the maximum roll or rolling for it and possibly getting your spell slot back.
I will take the maximum.
Okay. So whichever spell slot level you choose.
Yes, that'd be 16 plus 8. That can add 16.
24.
Plus 8 is 24. All right.
+8. How? Oh, life cleric plus. Does he have 20 wisdom?
Yeah. No, he's got 18 wisdom. So, no,
So that's 4. And then what spell slot did you use?
Second level.
So that's 3, right? So 7. So where's the other one? Does he have like a magic item that? Isn't life cleric? It adds 2 plus 1 per spell level above first level. Or is it 3? Anyway, I'll look into that, but I'm curious. No direction. That is what it is. It's the.
What is it? I suppose never mind. My spiritual guardians could possibly still be at play because they last 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're definitely still up. Yeah.
So let's stay in formation and start heading back the way we came and see if we can't find the will-o'-wisp while you're still here, Adon. And if you do need to go, well, then we can always come back tomorrow during the day after we've eaten, rested, and recouped, and come deal with the elemental or whatever it is in this room. And we do need the soul.
Yes, whatever you say, my lady.
All right, so let's go in formation, and we'll all, like with Sarissa's right behind Adon, and anytime, when they stop, they kneel down so that Rio can pop up behind us if he needs. But let's start going back.
All right.
With Rio and Neil, kind of, So, yes. And Sarissa is kind of whispering into Adon's ear what she sees because she's got dark vision and looking for traps. But I think we already sprung all the traps, so we should be. Can I use my sense good and evil again? Do I sense anybody as we're down here?
You're using the paladin thing or a spell?
The paladin thing where the 60 feet where I can sense goodies or baddies, but only undead.
Wait. Where are you when you're using it?
I'm over here with the Dawn. I'll say I used it. Hold on, let me look. Let's see, we were in that room and I didn't sense anything, so I would wait until, so 60 feet away. Hold on, I can't get it to move. So, yeah, I'll say I do it. I don't know where my character went.
Yeah, you.
Oh, there. So I'll say I did it, like, I'm just trying to, I will have done it 60 feet from where I was before, like, or, in a general area I haven't covered. So hold on. So probably when we were coming through, yeah, probably about, when we were about, like right here-ish, when we were going this way. So when I was about right here, I'll throw it out. So I'll stop to Dawn for a second and say, hold on, and throw it out to see if I feel anything.
Okay, so from that spot, and you do sense the direction?
Yes.
You sense something matching the description of the spell to the southwest of you.
South. So that would be this direction, right? Down by the tracker?
This direction.
Okay. So I would have kept my hand on Adon's shoulder and said, like, you need to go this way. And kind of, you know what I mean? Because I'm right behind him, got a hand on him, kind of steering him, like, it seems there's something this way. Hopefully not something to happen.
All right. Let me just reveal all the rest of it, it looks like.
Don't forget about the first pit in the floor.
So as you are rounding this corner, you see Wisp number 5. And you sense that it was waiting for you to theoretically fall in this trap that it moved over when you first sensed it and it ran.
Okay. And it's still hanging out by the same trap, like, ho ho ho.
Yeah, and since you guys haven't said you're stealthing, and you're likely not particularly stealthy anyway, being a paladin and a cleric, it would sense you. And it would try to run. I'm going to give you... Rio, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
And your token would be behind Sarissa?
Yeah, and as we're going around, every time we're going around corners, Sarissa's going to kind of scrunch down, because she's trusting Rio kind of be looking for that stuff and do the range stuff, and, you know, just like before, her and Adon will just kind of be like the stand and fight tank.
All right.
And Neil, you'll still here, correct?
You're muted.
Did we lose Neil?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Just let me know.
So
Right.
let's say this is what happens. We'll call, if we need to roll initiative after one round, then we will. But the Wisp sees you and tries to run like this direction, which means that Adon would have an opportunity attack if he wanted to, and the rest of you would have ranged attacks. Wait. Yes, you would all have ranged, but Adon would have just a regular melee attack and an opportunity attack. I don't think he has 2 attacks per round, right? He's not a war cleric.
No.
Yeah. So Adon would technically have 2 melee attacks, and I guess...
2, just one.
Well, no, he'd have his melee attack as his action, and as the Wisp is moving out of range, an opportunity attack. And then each of the rest of you would have however many ranged attacks per round you have. So, let's just start with Adon.
14.
Misses. And the second attack?
He doesn't get a second attack.
Opportunity attack.
Oh, okay. I see. We're just...
Yours do it all.
Order.
Yeah.
21.
That one hits.
All right. 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
So, real quick, Riley, because I said I had my javelin up the whole time I'm behind him, does that mean I could fire it off? Since we're not in initiative anymore, I can't like hold an action to like just throw my javelin as soon as I see the Wisp.
So, Adon, what was the damage on that attack?
2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Very awesome. All right. Next up would be Sarissa, and what was your question?
So when we were back in the other room, I said I was holding my action. Like the second I see a will-o-wisp, I am chucking my javelin. But since we're not in initiative anymore, that doesn't count. So I can't just automatically chuck my javelin when I see the will-o-wisp.
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Shadows, it's lit up. Will-o-wisp can shed their own light, and I know I didn't say that, but it's shedding its own light, so it's visible. It's seen.
So I can chuck my javelin at him.
Yeah.
My turn.
I'm assuming you've picked up both of your javelins in that room, so you have 2 ranged attacks, or 2 attacks total.
So that's only one. That's only +6 because I don't get the +8 because
+6 to damage, yes. I think your attack roll is still like +9.
Yeah, my attack roll's the same, but the damage I do would be lesser. So, okay. I'm going to chuck the first javelin at him.
Hmm?
And that one just kind of 14.
It does not hit.
Okay, so I will chuck my second javelin at him. Oh, I had a natural 20 and then it rolled 23. Does that hit?
It does.
Okay. I suppose I could have divine smited him, but I can't because I already rolled. So, okay.
Correct.
Javelin, so it's 1d6 plus 6, so it's 5 plus 6, 13, 12, 11 points of damage.
Okay.
How does he look?
Looking bloody, or ghostly equivalent of bloody.
Okay, so Sarissa will whisper that back.
I believe
over her
that's
shoulder.
your 2 attacks, right?
Yes, those
Okay.
are my 2 attacks. So,
And-
and I'm not going to bonus action. I don't think.
Rio, give me your attacks. If you want to.
Well, there's a 26 for the first arrow.
That one hits, yeah. And it's taken damage.
So there's 12 plus.
That's it.
So 12 took it out.
The wisp gets assaulted by a weak mace, a couple javelins, only one of which hits, and an arrow, and it poofs into nothingness.
Ooh.
Um, so that is 4 wisps down, 1 that ran away and has not been seen since. What would you guys?
Unknown elemental.
1 unknown elemental. What would you like to do?
So, we should probably keep looking for that last wisp. I have a feeling that this elemental is not going to be fun to deal with. So let's use
We
our
wait.
time.
If we wait, it will return.
But I suspect you don't have that much time. So
Yes, we do. We need only wait. We need only wait another 40 seconds or so, right?
We're at
Not even.
about 5 minutes left of Adon.
all
Right.
right. Well,
But of the turn spell, the turn is
Oh.
going to expire.
I know.
okay.
Faster.
So
isn't it?
it's
Yep.
all right. So we'll wait here. Let's form up, and then we'll everybody keep their eyes peeled for when the last will-o-wisp comes back.
Are you guys just waiting here next to the stairs, or?
I vote we go where we're closest to our way out if we need to. You know, a means of egress from the situation.
The stairs are right there.
Yes. So let's post up there because we know, well, we hope we know that the will-o-wisp isn't going to come at us from behind during the day, like, so that would be a good way for us all to keep track of what's in front of us and to the side.
Okay. Give me.
So,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I have my hand on Adon's shoulder and I'm kind of leading him. You know what I mean? Because we're kind of like in a little formation and heading towards the stairs.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're.
He's going up the stairs. Then you want him to push him up the stairs?
Well, no. Towards the way we came in. So we were at
where
our
we
back-
dug. Okay.
Yeah, we put our backs to the daylight, so we don't have to worry about. Hopefully, don't have to worry about the will-o-wisp coming at us from behind, and we can post up and look you know, in a all the way around us and see if we can't see it coming back. Does that make sense?
Your detect evil and good is 10 minutes?
Yes.
And you think you would have had it up this whole time?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let me think here. Oh, I deleted them. Okay.
As we're posting up and we're all looking out, do I sense evil
It's
or good?
30 feet, right?
Yes, this one's only 30 feet.
Alright, so let's see. Around a minute after Adon said he has 5 minutes left, so we're at the 4 minutes left mark. You sense and see nothing.
Okay.
At the
Sensing...
at the 3 minutes left on Adon mark. You sense and see nothing.
Alright.
At the 2 minutes left, and you guys can stop me anytime if you want to, but at the 2 minutes left on Adon, you sense and see, hear, etc. Nothing. 1 minute left. Nothing.
No.
And as Adon is, I have seemed to reach the end of my tether on this earth, this land, whatever.
Well, we will probably be bringing you back when we deal with the elementals. Thank you so much, kind sir, for your hard work.
You are insanely welcome. I apologize for my earlier, and then he winks out of existence.
So now that he's gone, do I sense any good or evil or good coming?
Still no.
Okay. Rio, Neil, what do you say that we go out, we have a rest, we eat another good meal before we come back in here, because we know there is an elemental, an unknown elemental in here. We still have to explore the stairs, and we've got one more will-o-wisp in here that is not showing himself currently. And I'm not really even comfortable looking into the sarcophagi until we've taken care of the will-o-wisp. Perhaps we can come up with another plan of attack. What say you?
Fine by me.
Seems reasonable.
Alright, so, Rio, are you comfortable if we give you the torch running down back to that first sarcophagi? We could even go with you. You could just maybe observe it and see if you see any traps or anything. Like, if it's going to be a problem to get into them once we've taken care of the creature.
Down which way?
I was thinking like this one down here, like if we could just scooch down here real quick and just check this one out to get a general sense of like, you know, do they look like they're booby trapped without touching it? Just look at it, you know, and see what we're dealing with, because I'm going to assume they're all similar. Or no?
Do you
We just won't see come back tomorrow.
What are we doing?
We're trying to figure out what does Neil and Rio think.
Sure, check it out.
And if I sense anything, we dash immediately. Yes.
So we're checking out the sarcophagi.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
well,
gonna
I
have.
can use my wand. It'll.
Well,
Should,
I don't know that we want to open it on the off chance it sets something off. I was just thinking we could have Rio investigate. We could all look at it without touch, no touch. All look.
yeah. Rio can do it.
All right. Let's do that to see if we can see what we see. It's more information for when we come back.
So Sarissa, approaching kind of the end of your spell's time here, you do actually get a ping to the north
All right.
as you're kind of
Well,
like entering this sarcophagus area.
Okay, and its location, it's north, but do I sense it? Is it far away, or is it like,
It's within 30 feet.
All right, so I'll let these guys know. Be on your lookout. Prepare to dash. And what do you see, Rio, with this sarcophagi?
Rio, are you inspecting?
Well, I've got a perception check of 20.
These would be investigation checks.
Investigation is only a 7.
Okay. What was the D20 roll for that perception?
12 plus 8 for perception. So
What's your
if
plus?
that was an investigation roll, that'd be a 13.
Okay. Rio inspects the sarcophagus, and with a 13, you don't really notice.
If I was helping him, like holding the light, I rolled a 17 because I don't get any pluses on that. I just got a straight.
You rolled a
Would that
straight
help?
17.
Yes. For investigation. I don't have
Yeah.
advantage on investigations. I don't have any pluses or anything.
Even with a 17, you're not noticing any traps, any triggers or anything.
So, Neil, I suppose we could all start running back towards our method of egress. You could fire off your wand to see if it opened anything, and we could just run.
It doesn't open stuff. It just tells me where traps and secret doors are located.
Oh, okay, so it wouldn't actually interact with it. So,
No.
then I told you to open it. So maybe give it a shot, see if. But I do think we should go after that. No, see if it helps with it.
Okay. Then Neil will fly up to the sarcophagus right there, and he'll use his wand of secrets. Last charge of the day. So if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet, the wand pulses and points at the one nearest you. Trap or secret door.
I mean, yeah, I guess technically it fits the definition of a trap, I guess. It points to the sarcophagus.
It's a trap.
The closest one to you.
It's a trap.
So there's either a door or a trap. With this place,
Right.
I'm leaning towards trap. I think we should go. So, question. Hold on. Hold on. So, if everybody starts heading back towards the door, let's see. I can do it either way. My question is, I'm almost wondering if I can't get as far away, if I can't use thaumaturgy to see if it, you know what I mean? Like, so what Cerise is wondering is if I stay at the door, I get 30 feet away, like I can see the corner of this one. If I get as far away as I can from the one over in this corner and fire off some thaumaturgy to get some ground tremors, just to jiggle it around. Does that make sense? But I'm over here so I can book it if something goes horribly wrong. I suppose we could always just throw a rock at it too.
If you were to use thaumaturgy for the tremors, and let's just say that you do, they're not strong enough to make any difference in the sarcophagi.
Yeah, because they're very, very weak.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we could have Rio fire off one of his slings, and we could just run, and I can have my senses going to see if, I don't know, I'm just trying to be inventive. Oh, I suppose. Okay, hold on. So, anybody have any ideas for something we can do that's, interesting?
Oh, we could summon your rogue friend. Your rogue friend might be able to disable traps.
Which rogue?
I don't know. Just some rogue.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So, who was the rogue that we know? Well, Seneca was a rogue, right? But
Yeah.
her.
Seneca?
Yeah, she was from camping.
Oh.
Do you have a rogue?
Summon him.
You have a rogue?
A what?
Do you have a rogue you can summon up?
No. No,
Okay.
I don't know any rogues.
Yes. Well, I suppose we can come up with some plan of attack. The point is, it's getting late in the day. Spells are winding down. Hold on. I'm just trying to think if I have any. I don't have any spells or anything that would be, useful to touch this thing and see if we can't set off the trap without killing ourselves.
We need a 10-foot pole. Who's got the 10-foot pole?
Okay. I don't
We'll
want
have to buy one of those
Not
when we get back
I.
to town.
I have a question. I have the 2 magical javelins and I have the 1 regular javelin. Can I just chuck my regular javelin at? Like chuck it and then we just head back down the corridor?
You're welcome to do whatever you want, yeah.
Alright, so why don't you guys get behind me, stop to run. I'm going to throw the javelin while keeping my detect evil and good up and see if we don't set something off, but we can always run.
So, your previous detect evil and good is worn out by now. Do you want to cast it again?
Well, I'm trying to decide. Well, I guess Sarissa first, she'll just want to, see if something, because I'm not detecting good or evil, but it is a trap. So I suppose what we could do is, these guys could literally start running down the hallway, and I can just chuck my javelin and duck around the corner real quick and see if I don't hear, like, a trap springing or something. Or Rio could be right there listening with me, and then we could bolt.
Okay. So where would you guys like to be for this javelin chucking?
Oh, I'm sticking back here.
Okay.
Yeah. How about Rio? Rio, how about you stay behind me? I'll throw the javelin and, and then duck behind the corner. I do have a compact mirror we could use to see if we don't see movement from the... Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, Sarissa will like tie her little compact to the end of her 1 magical javelin and have Rio holding it, you know what I mean? Almost like so he can see if anything happens and he's paying attention with the little mirror without directly looking, and Sarissa will just literally, chuck the spear like directly behind her right there and then tuck right back in next to Rio so she's not in any line of sight, and she'll let him indicate, is there movement, did the thing move, is poisonous gas come out? Is something coming out, or did nothing happen? And we're ready to run. Like, if Rio says go, we go like a bat out of hell.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
All right. With my javelin.
It's a good plan, Sarissa. Here's some bardic inspiration for you.
Oh, sweet.
Sure.
So, 27?
Definitely.
What is bardic?
You're not gonna. You don't need bardic inspiration for this.
Okay.
I'll where
hold it, but
yeah.
what does...
Yeah, you'll hold on to it, yeah.
Where were you aiming?
I am aiming just like, right along, I guess, between where the lid and the body of it is, like trying to get the spear, to go ting, like right into between two, almost like we're trying to pry it open, but we're not.
Okay. You hit your mark. Give me the damage expression.
All right, the damage expression is 1 plus 8.
Okay. I was gonna say if it's 10 or higher.
Can I use my bardic inspo? What do you get with bardic inspo? What is that?
You get like a D8 on your attack, saving throw, or skill check.
Yeah.
But not on damage.
Okay.
Not on damage.
Oh.
I think there is a bard that allows that, but not this one.
Right, not me.
1d8 on rolls, but not damage.
So your javelin strikes exactly where you want it to, but it just kind of pings off. And nothing...
Alright, well, let's bank. Nothing's working, so we'll go regroup.
I assume you would like to pick up your javelin.
Yes.
At that point in time, a tomb... No.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Like, nothing moved. There doesn't seem to be a problem. So if I just leaned around the corner and grabbed my javelin and, like, dragged it back next to me.
I mean, you have to walk into the room to grab it, because it's...
But it's not stuck into the sarcophagus
No, God,
the
no.
way I wanted it. Okay. Because I was looking to stick it between the top and the bottom where it went chink.
It's like a heavy stone, like you'd see in The Mummy or something like that,
Alright, yeah, I'll just lean in, grab the end of my javelin and be like, alright, let's go. We'll think of something else. And get my other javelin back and put my compact up and all that.
Yeah. You had the... Yeah, you got them both.
Okay. Alright, let's go. Nothing seems to be working right now. We're a little low on daylight, I would guess.
Oh, yeah, it was 10... Was it 10 a.m.? Yeah. It was 10 a.m. when you started. You guys have been in combat, moving quickly the whole... It's like 10:30, 11 at most. It's still midday, not even.
Hold on.
So you exit the dark tunnels into still bright daylight with the skeletal horse and Bugdob. Everything go okay?
Oh, yes, there's an elemental in there. We don't know about it that we're going to need to deal with, and and before we left, I was still detecting, like, or was that the will-o-wisp where you said I was detecting something? Yeah, I was detecting something, and it didn't come get us, right?
You detected something, yes. And it did not come at you.
So there's an elemental down there, but I did detect something that was evil. No idea what it was.
Yeah, probably another wisp.
Yeah, potentially, because didn't we take out all five of them?
There was one that Adon scared away that never came back to fight us.
Oh, that's right. So we probably have one wisp and an elemental. We have a...
If I had one wisp...
But yeah, there seems to be something, an elemental lurking where the sword is. but and there seems to be traps on the sarcophagi. Well,
Maybe the elemental is the Lady Pendragon or Pendagast or
oh,
whatever her name is.
yeah,
Maybe that is her.
yes, yes, oh yes.
So maybe we need to
So,
appeal to her. Um,
can you appeal to evil things?
is it evil?
Assuming.
Y'all excuse me, please. I need to take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
No problem. Go grab a brownie then. Grab that.
All right. Well, I'll grab something to eat too then. Oh, no. And Riley, basically, we know it's an elemental, but we don't know what kind of elemental, because there's a bunch of different kinds, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Many kinds. I only really know about earth elementals because of Reba.
Yep. So I'm gonna go pee really quick.
I am listening for when Rio returns.
There's a post on Twitter. It says, I called my dad last night when I saw a tornado was heading for their house. Hey, Dad, you paying attention to the weather at all? His response was, well, the power's out, so I can't watch the news, but I'm sitting out here on the back deck in my chair watching a tornado right now. I assume that's why you're calling? Dads. Crazy.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, okay, I don't have any plans.
Shannon, you still here?
Okay, yeah, wouldn't unmute. I'm here.
Woman down, woman down.
Oh, your undead horse is so cool.
I could probably find a cooler one, but that's just the stock model.
That's awesome.
All right, so what's the plan? Long rest with the centaurs. Come back.
We could take a long. Heck, maybe we could even go back to town and ask around, like, about elementals and the way to deal with them and stuff. But then, if we don't know anything about them, like an unknown elemental in there,
Would you like to go to? Not fan. What's it called? Not Waterdeep. What's it called? Fuck. Neverwinter. Thank you. Pick up Bugdog's armor.
we could do that. It would give us a little more help in dealing with the elemental, which are tough.
Yeah, as long as nobody else gets here first and takes that sword, because that sword's ours. We need to get that sword.
Yes. Well, we could see if we couldn't have the centaurs post up, or we could just send. Oh, I don't know, Rio and you to town, and I could stay here to guard the door. You see what I'm saying? And we need to go to town. We need to get the armor for Bugdog. One of us could stay here and guard the door. We just need somebody that can not only pick up the armor, but ask appropriate questions. Neely seems to be the one capable of asking questions about dealing with an elemental that we previously did not know was there.
But yeah, but we don't know what kind of elemental it is even.
Yeah, well, I suppose we could get a list of what we need to look out for with each one. Like, there's an earth one, what do we worry about? There's an air one, what do we worry about? Wind, what's the other kind? Fire?
Water.
Oh, water. Water does that one. So there's a few different types.
So,
Pie.
between the three of you, you would know that elemental does not only refer to what Grebo's options were as a moon druid for shifting into an elemental. There are more than just air, fire, earth, water, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of... Yeah, it's not... Yeah, it's not that specific. It's just an enemy type.
So it's a bad thing. Well, especially to go and list the various things we could use against various elementals, depending on who presents himself. I have a question. Is there any sort of item that could give off elemental magic? Like, could there be something on the sword that would give me elemental magic feeling? Just
so
on the sword, like the sword has.
So two things. Elemental is not a magic type, and you sensed an elemental.
An actual elemental. Okay.
Yep.
So it's not something on the sword
Correct.
that's giving the juju.
Would you all like to make your way to the centaur camp first, or to town?
Go to the and regroup from there.
Okay. So you make it to the centaur camp. They welcome you. Let's say you reach there by just about lunchtime, so noon-ish.
Boss, if you wouldn't mind setting about Rio's making us a delicious lunch while we decide our next plan of attack. If you
On
need
it.
help, yeah. Neil, I believe he has enough herbs, so you can stay here and help us decide what we're going to do rather than going and collecting more herbs.
You sure? You sure?
Oh,
Okay.
most definitely. We don't want to spoil ourselves.
Oh, no. We wouldn't want that.
So,
By the way, actually, a fun thing here is the skeletal horse, unless you're telling it differently, would be following you as you approach the centaur camp.
okay.
And the centaurs would be giving the horse a lot of really weird looks, but since it's with you, they figure it's probably a good guy for now.
We did show up with an ogre and kitty, so I'm assuming they're going to be like, okay, now what is this tomfuckery they've now brought back?
Yeah, but ogres aren't undead, so like this is a whole new ballpark. Still probably about as weird as traveling with an ogre for the most part, but
Well, and perhaps when we go to town to see what we can find out and get Bugdell's armor, maybe we could get something nice to put on your new horse, Rio. We could get him, I don't know, a lovely blanket to go under his saddle, or maybe just a blanket altogether to throw over him and cut out some eye holes so people know there's a horse under there, but they don't necessarily need to see what sort of horse, like an undead horse. They just see, like those medieval, like, tapestry blankets they would put over the horse.
yeah.
Hung to the ground. Something like that, except for it continues forward and completely covers the head, too, so there's just holes cut out where the eyes are. You know what I mean?
Horse. A robed horse.
I was trying to figure out what movie or show I was watching where there was a horse that was like draped head to toes with something like that, but I can't remember what it would have been. I think it was like a white sheet, but
Yeah, I've seen, there's various movies that have had it, but something like that, but we could potentially pick them up something nice, with the eye holes and everything.
yeah.
Everybody knows Rio has a horse, they just don't need to know anything above and beyond.
You could
until
have something commissioned based on, well, Rio's preference probably would be the first and foremost, but whether or not he acquiesces to your thoughts and feelings on the matter is.
So it would be kind of based on the medieval. Let's see, how do I copy this? It won't let me. But
Just
yeah.
tell people, this horse is sick. He just needs to stay warm.
He's a very chilly horse. But yeah, just like the medieval ones,
Yeah.
Except for a little more covering. Do you want to do that, Rio? Like after we eat dinner, we come up with a plan and then go get the armor, get the robes, blah, blah, blah.
Sounds good.
So lunch is had. You can maintain or change around your +1 modifier as you see fit. After lunch, it's still obviously lunchtime, like high noon kind of time area. So you going to town. Staying here.
What colors
go pick up
do you want?
Ops armor?
Yeah, we should do that. So, I put a basic. We need something a little more form-fitting for. You gotta name your horse too, Rio. The horse with no name. That's hilarious.
I was just thinking that.
He doesn't have to name it, but
Yeah. So we'll call him America. Huh. That's funny.
No, its name is Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Fluffy the skeletal horse. It's pretty good.
What color? What kind of robes are you gonna get for him? What color?
Pendleton pattern.
Nice.
All right, are you guys going to Neverwinter?
I thought that was the plan.
Yeah, well, should Sarissa stay here and guard the door to make sure nobody steals the sword? If you would Rio go to town, ask the questions,
That's
get the
not a
stuff.
bad idea.
Yeah, 'cause you can ask the questions, and Rio can, help schlep the stuff back, and then Sarissa can post up and make sure nobody, I can stay with the centaurs, but I can keep an eye to make sure, that nobody messes with the. In fact, while you guys are gone, maybe I'll work with Bug Dog to kind of like semi-bury the door again or something, so we can quickly move the earth, but not a ready-made.
Yeah, there's a secret door right here, right over here. There's a way in.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just bury the one we made and just use the other. We'll either dig it back out or use the other one. But we could be doing that while you guys go to town.
So Sarissa and Bugdob are staying here.
Yeah, we'll stay here. We'll bury the one. Well, bury the hole that we made. Maybe even put some wood up against it and put dirt over it while they're gone, and then they can go to town. Maybe ask some questions about, I don't know, find out as much as they can about elementals or what we can potentially do. Get the armor and get Fluffy some robes.
By the way, Rio, if you look up a riding horse on D&D Beyond, that is the stats that your horse has, except that it is undead. I think we talked about that last session, but
So I feed it on oats.
I don't think it has to eat, but I think it would gladly munch on almost anything you put in front of it. Because animal instincts and all that. It would probably fall right out of its skull after eating, which would be fun. But, okay. So while Rio and Neil and Fluffy, are you leaving Fluffy here?
You can leave Fluffy with us if they You can measure him if you haven't.
Fluffy is basic horse size. So if you want clothing made for him, most tailors or leather workers or whatever would probably have a good idea. But if you would like to measure, like give specific measurements, you are more than welcome to measure Fluffy.
A winter warm-up coat would be a stock item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe get him a stock warm-up coat and then commission something that covers more of him we could pick up later.
And saddlebags.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so we can at least cover up part of his undeadness with just a standard, cover, and then commission something more intricate.
Yeah, and then we'll just tell people that he's sick.
Yeah.
If they ask.
God,
It's very cold.
It's too bad that the horse didn't imprint on Sarissa because she seems to be making all the decisions for it. Is the horse staying at the Dragon Barrow or coming with you?
I'm going to bring Fluffy.
Okay.
That way, I don't have to carry the saddlebags and the blanket, etc.
And the armor, which is 2 times the size and weight of.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's 130 pounds, my boys. Anywho, okay.
I can't carry it. I'm not going to carry it.
I don't think you could. Do you want to do anything to/for Fluffy to not freak out people in town? Is a question the DM probably shouldn't be asking and just let you.
Well, the horse was cursed with a minor negative glamour. It's a nice horse. It just looks like it's a skeleton.
Okay. All right.
That's my line, and I'm sticking to it.
So whilst the trio are walking toward Waterdeep, that's not Waterdeep. Fuck, Neverwinter. God. What are Sarissa and Bugdub doing at the barrow?
Covering the door.
Working on their new dance number?
Yeah.
Which door are you talking about?
The big hole we made. We just threw some
The hole.
wood up over it. They're kind of piling up dirt just to keep ourselves busy.
Okay. What are you doing to keep yourselves busy?
Putting wood up against the hole we made and piling up dirt to block it.
Okay. You got the other 3 of you get to Neverwinter. He remembers the first time, thankfully. And the guards do indeed, like you have that whole line entering like you did last time, and the guards stop you and they... Is that a horse? Is that horse made of bone? Like, what?
No, it's fine.
No explanation at all. It's fine. Fucking.
Neil just kind of pokes Rio like, you tell him.
So Neil has poked Rio to tell the guards what's up with the horse, Rio.
Yes.
Are you saying nothing like you're doing right now, or?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A little bit of distraction.
I saw you looking off screen, like there was somebody over there. The guards are asking you what the fuck's up with this horse thing, Bones, and Neil has poked you.
It was cursed by a minor glamour. It's a perfectly good horse, very friendly. It just looks strange.
Give me a deception check. And you
Supplemented by 5 silver to each of the guards.
I was gonna say you can have advantage because of Neil, but 5 silver will with 5 silver to each guard, you can also have a +2. So advantage +2. And also take out a gold or 10 silver.
So, a 15.
Okay. They both look to each other with, as they kind of each try to be stealthily pocketing the silver, and they give each other a nod and, yeah, good enough for us. Yeah, come on in. And while in town, do you want to kind of like time jump and just get things that you're looking for here? Do you want to role play anything? Like you're looking for information about elementals, I can just tell you straight up.
We want to go back to that house. Was it the House of Information, like a library?
Yeah.
And go there and ask. Who was it we talked to last time?
Fuck if I remember, dude.
Oh man,
she was
cool. Yeah.
She was very direct and to the point, and
yes, she was.
I don't remember her name. I have no idea what my name is. Do you want to role play that or just get the information?
Sure, we can just get the information.
Yeah, it's up to you. The information you get, she would say something along the lines of, elementals, they are varied and of basically any element you can think of, and even some that aren't necessarily of an element. They have.
How do we stay safe? How do we stay safe around them?
They have various powers. Some are nice, some are good, some are bad. You can stay safe by not fighting them at all, but some are evil, some are good.
Some are evil, some are good.
Yes, just like humans.
But do you know of any type of elemental that can go invisible?
Oh yes.
Can all of them go invisible?
I don't believe so. No.
Which ones can go invisible?
Give me a persuasion roll. While I look things up.
16.
Okay. 16, unfortunately, was not high enough for that. Honestly, we have some information about elementals, but it's not... They can be very hard to come by, very few and far between, and
you had to fight one, personally, what would you do?
I would run, but I am. Look at me. I'm an information holder, not a fighter.
Well, I have this spell called Heroism.
Where did you come across this elemental?
We came across it at the Dragon Barrow. Remember we talked to you last time
Yes.
about the dragon that was killed outside of town? Yeah, it's there inside of the barrow, right at the head of the dragon. In fact, the dragon was buried there. We found the dragon's bones and we found the sword.
Oh, you found a sword and the head of the dragon. Right
Yeah.
where the elemental is.
Yeah.
And
And the elemental's invisible, and we tried to talk to it, but it didn't talk to us.
she rolled pretty good here. I do not take my advice as a word of things being entirely true, but with the invisible elemental standing right next to the head of the dragon and the sword, and did it attack you?
No.
Do you have the sword with you?
No, we didn't touch the sword.
This is just a guess. But maybe the invisible elemental is protecting the sword?
Yeah.
Or the dragon
that makes
head?
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's about all I can really give you. I don't have much else.
Well, we need that sword, so that's why we're trying to find out more.
I understand. Which
Buy
was
some potions or something.
was this lady the one that hit on Neil? Was there somebody in this town that hit on Neil?
I think so. I think it might have been her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I could help you more, but my fairy fellow,
Well, I could cast heroism on you, and you could come with us.
that's will not be happening. But
Oh, all right. Well,
I appreciate you asking me out.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
She gives you a wink and like one of those little, like, one finger each wave. A little bit of a, she like a fake, like a half blown kiss. See you next time, hopefully.
Yes. Yeah, we'll be back.
Um,
So.
yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
we didn't learn anything. I mean,
Do you
we
want-
could buy a potion. We could buy potions of, resistance to different types of magic or different types of damage, but we don't know. We don't know what kind of problem we're dealing with here. So, I mean, my fairy file will get rid of its invisibility, but I don't think that's going to be our problem.
I think he's talking to you, Rio.
Fairy fire? Not my métier.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid we're no closer to the secret, but maybe we should just go pick up that armor.
Yep.
All right, we'll go back to the dwarven cleric. We'll try to go find him. Was he a cleric? No, he's
He was. Still is.
yes, still is a cleric.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, lads, it's good to see you again.
Oh yeah, it's good to see you too. We're getting closer to our objective, and we need that armor.
Oh, I can go get it right now.
Oh,
And he-
excellent.
He does indeed do just that, and I don't think you guys were shown where the secret entrance was, right? I don't think you...
Not, I don't recall.
Yeah. So he walks off and looks over his shoulder to make sure you're not following, and goes around buildings, whatever, and comes back in his. When you see him again, he has this massive set of plate armor, and he's hunched over like it's resting on his back, and there's another dwarf behind him, kind of like carrying the tail end of it, and it's still heavy between the two of them.
Wow.
Our metal workers were hard at this for a couple nights and couple days, and I think it came out quite well.
Yeah, that looks great. That looks great. Thank you so much. We'll take it.
I would hope so. So, do you want us to hand it to one of you, or I see you have a
Yeah.
weird looking horse over here.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but can you put it on the horse?
Yes, to carry it, not to fit.
I assume the horse should have enough strength and or carrying capacity for 130 pounds, yeah. So they place it atop the horse, but they don't have anything to strap it to the horse.
So the next step is to get some straps.
Do you have anything on your person, or do you need to buy something?
Oh, I've got rope,
Rope would probably do the trick.
so I can tie it on.
Yeah. 50 feet of rope would be just fine if you want to tie it to the horse.
Yep. And then next on the shopping list is a horse blanket and some extra fabric to make a horse suit.
Okay.
Because if the skeleton were encased in tan fabric, then it would look more like a horse. Because it would move like a horse, that would cut down on funny looks.
Okay, so do you want kind of what Sarissa has been posting, kind of like the whole drape down fashion, or is it going to be like form-fitting fabric?
Form-fitting if I can get it done. After all, I've got needle and thread already, so I could make it form-fitting with time.
So you just want to buy enough fabric to do it yourself?
If I can get it done today while we're in town, that would be ideal, and I'd pay for it. If I can't get it done, then just go the draping option. And in a horse-colored color, somewhere between tan and sorrel. I made the mistake of marrying into a family of horse people. And you know how many different colors horses have that you or I would just say, yeah, that's a brown horse. You don't want to know.
No, yeah. Okay. So this is your decision with influence given to you by Sarissa. Do you want to buy the fabric and do it yourself whenever you have free time? Do you want to try to see how long it would take and how much it would cost to commission such a thing here?
The latter route.
So the latter route would be roughly. They don't get this kind of request very often, and they would look at you kind of like, what? You want form-fitting fabric for a horse, like form-fitting pajamas for like long johns, and
Yeah, the horse gets cold.
still, it's a couple days and 5 gold total.
I don't think we have the time.
Just buying the
So-
material yourself would probably just be a gold.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay. So you have whatever color, and you have plenty of material of whatever color or colors you're looking at. You also you said you want a blanket as well? Like with the
saddlebags
Oh yeah.
instead of the blanket.
I think saddlebags exist in.
You would think.
We'll see. Saddle pack. That's what. Another fucking 5 gold. Wow. So that's 6 gold total for the material that you're going to use your needle and thread to mold around your horse yourself, and 5 gold for so 6 gold total.
Easily done.
Okay. Anything else whilst you are all in this big old city? We'll say like you spent maybe 2 hours with traveling plus the time in the city. So 2 hours. It's like 2 p.m. or 2:30 or whatever.
I don't think so. I don't need to do any shopping.
All right. So you get back to the
restock rations and foodstuffs.
okay.
It's a good idea.
With all the
Dub is a hungry boy.
and with all the cooking you've done for like the centaur camp and
Yeah.
another gold.
Yeah, I don't know why you just didn't give them good berries or something.
So yeah, that was another gold worth of foodstuffs. And if you're going back to the Dragon Barrow, you get back there around 3:30, like another hour of travel.
Yeah, and it's going to take at least an hour to get the armor fitted for Bug Dub, I figure.
Adjusting some straps and stuff, like not an hour, but time for sure.
Yeah, he'd be strapped.
But it's like early afternoon, 3:30ish, like I said, when you come back. And Sarissa, you see them with the vigil. You and Bugdub are guarding this quote-unquote door you have made. And, yeah.
We got it. Check out the horse.
I mean, it's still a skeletal horse at this point with just armor strapped to the back of it and saddlebags.
We got yeah, he's got saddlebags now. And we got a bunch more food.
So,
Well, let's get Bugged Up kitted out.
is that what we're like? If you're equipping Bugged Out with a plate armor, it's
But what are we gonna do with the kitty?
so
We could leave them with the centaurs, I suppose. It makes sure they're safe.
Yeah, sure? Do centaurs eat kitties?
I don't think so.
You do recall the centaurs enjoyed the kitties, like climbing them and
That's right.
running along their backs and.
Yeah, I guess we can trust them. We're gonna need to have a way to protect the kitties in the future. We have to get the kitty armor?
Yeah, we get the kitty armor and then, a little armored cage to keep them in should we need to throw them in and take off running. Drop it to
An
them.
armored cage.
You know,
Right?
fuck it.
The saddlebags.
Oh, there you go.
Sure. Also, saddlebags, yes, sure, great, and you could even have them modified to have like little kitty carriers as well, kind of on there. But
Kitty wing.
each shoulder blade of the backside of Bugdob's armor has a kitty carrier cage. Now,
Oh, that's right. We talked about doing some kind of little stage or something up on him, didn't we, for the kitties to ride on?
I'm not sure you did when the armor was commissioned, but I'm pretending that you did. But like, keep in mind that during battle, if there are kitties in these little cages, they're gonna be like back and forth. Anytime Bugdob turns, they're gonna be like centrifugal forced against a wall of the cage. So.
Yeah. We could leave the kitties with the centaur, and we'll only use the kitty cages on his armor, like in dire situations where we have nowhere to leave them that's safe.
If you get jumped or something, yeah.
Yeah. They can travel in the kitty carriers on his pauldrons.
Let's say the inside of those cages is also a little bit padded, so they're not just being thrust against hard metal.
They have a bunch of like lamb's wool in there.
Yeah.
It's like glued to the bottom or something so they can just latch on.
Yeah, you could probably put enough stuffing in there that even with quick turning from Bugdob, they'd still be totally fine. A little annoyed probably, but fine. So yeah, Bugdob has his armor on around 4 p.m. and this is really cool, guys. It feels good. I feel strong.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, it looks fabulous, Bozo.
And that changes his AC to 18, I think?
Yeah.
So there you go.
We'll need to take a long rest. We can always take a long rest and get up right as the sun's rising. So we have daylight in our favor. And then have a good breakfast so we get the benefit that Rio gives us when he cooks a breakfast.
Do you want to do that here or at the Centaur camp?
We'll do it at the centaur camp.
Good centaur camp.
Okay. Once again, they are appreciative of you coming by, and they, like, 2 of them come up, 4 of them come up to you immediately demanding to see the kitties. Do you have the kitties with you? Please say yes or
Die.
we may attack.
Rio, if you want to make a good dinner, Sarissa will help you if we want to just make a big dinner for, she'll throw provisions in if we want to make a big dinner for the centaurs and everybody and have a good night of it before we go to sleep. And then do the special breakfast though in the morning.
We can play with the kitties and I can play the flute.
Yeah.
Master Rio,
My panpipes.
will you be cooking for us again tonight?
Yep.
Oh, glorious day! And they all go shouting out to the rest of their centaur brethren, Rio is cooking for us again! Ho, 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 ho!
Looks
I
like
whip out
he's
my
summoning
panpipes.
boys.
Was that Sarissa?
said it looks like meat's back on the menu, boy.
Oh, God. You and your Lord of the Rings quotes tonight.
Yeah.
Uh,
Season 2 of that Rings of Bullshit's coming out. What?
you know, I watched season 1, and I understand why people are upset. It's
bad writing is the problem.
Yeah.
It's just fundamentally bad writing. Like
Yeah.
I said, if they'd made it interesting, but it's bad writing, and there's no follow through, and it's like, so Elrond, which is one of the most respected individuals in Middle Earth ever, who's a descendant of the three main houses of men, the three different branches of elves, and even has a Maiar in his family lineage, is all of a sudden is a dumbass that's like, just don't
What
get
have I
me
done?
It doesn't work. It's bad writing.
Yeah.
And Gladriel diving into the ocean? What, was she gonna fucking swim back to Middle Earth? Come on. Just no. No.
I'm very easy to please, so even though I knew it was bad writing and kind of stupid at parts, I still enjoyed it. But it could have been much, much better.
It could have been so amazing.
Yeah.
And then they spend all this time, and then they spend, like, from what I heard, like I said, I've not watched the whole thing, 3 minutes making the rings. I mean, this was decades, hundreds of years of work for Celebrimbor to do this thing. I mean, it was such a big deal. Just like, yeah, no. Nah. And then, what was up with shoving the makeshift broken sword to release some water channels to set off a fucking volcano? Painful. Writing, plot armor.
So Rio,
Hooked up everywhere.
your dinner is widely, like, they love it, as they loved it last time. Neil, they have musicians of their own who you played with last time, but they are more than happy to follow your lead tonight, and the dancing is wild and jubilant and full bellies and happy dances, and the both of you, this is possibly the stupidest thing I've ever said in my life, but the both of you get flirted with by some female centaurs. I mean, and or male, depending on whether or not you are amenable to advances from either. But if either of you wanted companionship, actually, and Sarissa, with some of, like, kind of like some dance fighting, some like capoeira / like fight training, but also some good dancing kind of fight. Yeah, all three of you. You know what? We should just move on, because you could just say, if you want to, yes, you'll take some companionship for the night.
You want to be a furry without telling me you want to be a furry.
Like, here's the thing, like, romance in D&D, or just fucking in D&D, is awkward as shit too.
Yeah, well, you know what? Things can flirt without it going in
Yeah.
your direction. You can feel like they think you're cute, and they flirt,
Yeah.
and they giggle, and they're impressed, and yeah.
You could just get a kiss goodnight. You could, whatever. But anyway.
If the centaurs are flirting with Neil will overindulge in alcohol, and he will just get so absolutely wasted that he just passes out.
So you all get flirted with, and what you want to do with that information, you're welcome to do it.
Yeah, Neil, in embarrassment, and will just drink himself into an absolute coma.
Sarissa will pick him up and throw him over her shoulder, and slap him off and tuck him into his little bedroll.
For a second, I thought you were saying you would pick up a centaur. Then you like.
No, I would tuck in Neil and put a little barf bucket next to his hand and a big flask of water. I'm assuming Rio's still keeping an eye on everything while the festivities.
Rio's making a mental note after breakfast tomorrow morning to ask for tailoring advice
Oh, yeah.
of the centaurs.
Good idea.
Would you like to have them... It's a really good idea. Would you like to have them working on it while you're making food and...
Oh, sure. If they're not too festive.
There are at least 3 centaur men and women that would happily use the fabric you bought to do their best. Like, you want... So, one more time. Do you want a form-fitting thing, like an Under Armour, like Shannon said, and then also like a kind of a draped down curtains kind of blanket thing, or just one or the other?
The form fitting is all I think Fluffy would need.
Okay. So Fluffy will end up looking like a normal looking horse, but covered entirely in fabric. And like
Right.
tight. Okay.
Well, there'll be eye holes and
Yes.
fake ears.
Oh, good point. I guess it doesn't have ears. Although the picture makes it look like it does have bone ears, which is stupid. Ears don't have bones. You idiots. Wait, do horse ears have bones?
I wouldn't think so.
No, they're cartilage.
Okay. So, and then what color, or is it like multiple color, like a palomino kind of thing?
What? You want a horse of a different color? Whatever the fabric was, somewhere between tan and sorrel.
Some glamour weave.
Oh, I went through the desert on a horse with no name. Cool. So whatever color you just said is between tan and a word I've never heard before in my entire life. That's what it is.
It's a dark brown.
Copy. So uniform one color.
Yep.
It's fine, yeah. Cool. So your horse, without you having to lift a finger, aside from the cooking that you did, your horse is now fabriced out and looking still probably weird, but less weird than just bones. And probably passable as a horse that just wears clothing for some reason. Anything else tonight before bed?
I think that's that'll do her.
Yeah.
Bugdob, he learned the Macarena the other day and was very happy to show you guys that. This time he has learned the... I hope this is not a racist thing these days, but like the walk like an Egyptian dance.
Uh-huh.
Which is also... It's really easy, obviously, but... And he has also learned that dance where you put your hands on your knees and you you knock your knees together with your hands on them and swap.
The Charleston.
No, the Charleston is a swing dance. Like the knee knocking dance. The knee knocking dance is super basic. You're like
Chicken dance.
That's also not it. But yeah, we'll say learn the chicken dance. The Charleston is more advanced than that. So learn chicken dance. Walk like an Egyptian, and then it's just okay. It's just the basic thing where you go like kids learn it. You can't see my knees.
I don't know what you call it, but
Yeah, it's just that's it. But he's proud of all three.
It's still, that move is still part of the Charleston though. Like maybe adding your hands to it wasn't, but that leg move was originally part of the Charleston.
I learned the Charleston in swing dance class, and that wasn't part of it at all.
Well,
I also learned drunken Charleston was actually kind of fun.
yeah, well, there's a Charleston step, but there's a bunch of stuff that could go into a Charleston dance because they made us learn all kinds of dumb stuff when I was a kid in Catholic elementary school.
So nighttime happens. Y'all are well fed, well partied, and you get your long rest. And we will pick up from there next time. Because it's
Alright.
almost 7.
We'll do the special breakfast with Rio too, right?
Yeah, we can skip over that next time. You guys have your breakfast. You maintain your stat or change it however you want to. Bugdob has his 18 AC plate armor on. Like, you all are ready to go by, like, let's just say 8 a.m.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. I found this chick. I watch her sometimes. Don't ask why, but her name's Jazzy Feet, and she's got an entire thing where there's a bunch of moves, and that knee thing is part of the Charleston.
The basic Charleston I learned was you have your partner. If you're a man, usually I think your partner's on your right, and you go like a step forward, another step forward, a kick backwards, a step back, a slide, and then you start over.
Yeah, and that's a real basic move because for kids,
Yeah.
they're not going to teach you every possibility. So they're
In my head,
they taught us how to swing dance, or not swing dance. They taught us like square dancing, right? And my
Yeah.
mind, I knew how to square dance, thinking I knew it all. And my dad said, "Yeah, no, but that's cute."
in my head, it's always back step, kick, and back step. Kick. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, here's her thing, but she goes through like basically like all the moves you could put into a Charleston dance.
So yeah, swing dancing was so fun. I would love to, like, the girlfriend I have right now. I think she wants to learn some dancing, but she's a novice in all forms of the word. So she actually thinks she doesn't have any good rhythm or dancing ability. So we'll see. But I would love to learn more.
Yeah, the swing dancing is, yeah, that went clear up into the 40s, I think.
Yeah. I think maybe like the roaring 20s. I think were even when the Charleston was around, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. That's when it started, and then it kind of evolved into swing dancing that went up into the 40s, you know, as long as they had big bands.
Looking forward to the
So,
well, if you fairy fire this motherfucker,
and we
that-
didn't find anything extra about the elemental, right? From him?
Nothing too useful, no.
Okay.
there's just too many variety of elementals in the world.
Yeah.
I gotta look up what fairy fire does. I know it reveals, but there's some weird D&D thing where like they're still technically invisible, so they still technically get all the benefits of invisibility. I have to figure out. Yeah, it's there's sort of. It's like it's stupid.
Negated.
Yeah, it's stupid in some cases. Like, yeah, I gotta look up the interaction. But it's stupider. It's stupider than you would think.
Okay.
Anyway,
Good game. Thank you.
Well, and we took care of all but one of the will-o-wisps, right? We killed 4 of them. We know that.
yes.
Okay, so theoretically there's 1 left, an elemental, and there's traps in all there's traps in that one sarcophagus, so we can maybe assume there's traps in all of them. Maybe, maybe not. We got to deal with those too.
So, okay. Any creature has to fail a dex save. They shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against it has an advantage. We already knew that. And the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. So it entirely removes invisible. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no benefit to it.
Yeah, so that's the wording that was necessary. I don't remember what the interaction was. I think it might have had to do with like blind sight and invisibility.
Still can fairy fire them, and it doesn't seem to cause a problem, or is it?
If
I don't.
yeah, if fairy fire hits, then they have no benefit whatsoever from the invisible condition,
Okay.
which would be major.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Anywho, all right, gonna end the recording. I'll see y'all next time.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Same
Bye,
time,
everybody.
same place.